da is all I have to say to you. How do you do? Vama Gila Gila, welcome to the show. I don't know. Where am I? I am Lord Dandy 2.0. That's where I am. This is my war channel, I have you know. You know, they started the president, El Presidente, they started the Department of War. Yes. With that other spring chicken with the Illuminati tattoos leading the Department of War. Where do you think this is going to go? Hello, hello, hello. How do you do? I thank you for joining me. Thank you. I love you. Weekend. Your music is beautiful, and you know it's so durable. I can't play it right now, but I hope that do you want to come up? Um, I hope that Lene can come if he wants. She wants to. I mean, I started this for Lene, but you can come up as well. We can tell me about what's going on in your life. Tell me what's important to you. Hello, Lizzo. How you doing? I'm so happy you came. The first one is my main account, but Lionel can't see me. Yes, that's the problem with that. So I have this just for in here. And that's why you've got a wrench, my dear. Not a troll. I bet she does. I'm all she thinks about, even in her absence. Jeffrey says. Lizzo, there are two showing to me. This is my first one, says Lizzo. Not a troll says Max Smith is talking about PCT because Rose is out of the way. Max Smith is Rose. Or maybe Rose is Max Smith. I don't know. Yes, guys, come over here. Come, my dear, come to this live. Come to the panel. And then, are you blocked as well? Fuck, I'm blocked. No, you're not blocked. Come up. If you can type, then you're not blocked, darling. Do you want to be blocked or do you? I can block you. Are you speaking double speak? This is the fucking new fucking World War III. We speak in double speak. Speak, speak. Come on. Please, MJD, put the link for this live in this live. This is so wrong. I have to play them all together. Whoever wants to come up on panel, please do so now. You are all welcome to have at least 5 or 10 minutes of your say. And come on here, my dear. Praise the Lord, she's blocked. So then how do you have a fucking you promised me you were Lene. And Lene said you were Lene. So now I'm gonna take your fucking wrench away. Hey, come join. Whoever wants to come on panel, Wigan says, I have been up all night, Lionel. I'm too tired to come up there. Is no telling what I will come out of my mouth. Well, you are too a Leo, my darling. Yes, you are a Leo indeed. And that's so funny with all the Leo ladies. That's Lene, Wiccan, Toshi, Team Rose. I'm sure there's another one. I mean, even Fancy Tramp is a Leo. I'm sorry. It's too many lions in the den, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, you see how it goes with this fucking, um, I say the craziest stuff. Well, I think it's time for you to say crazy stuff. Don't you? Don't you guys? We haven't heard from Wiccan in a while. Hey, Dot is in the house. Hey, Dot, you're on this channel. Don't you want to come up on live? I was screening you earlier. We were watching reruns. Yeah, we were doing Netflix and chill early on. Not a troll. I don't think there is a Max Smith. It's a pool account. It gets passed around for different people to control. Oh, that's so sad, hey Jeffrey. So motherfucking sad. Dot says, hey Lene, hey Jeffrey, hey Wiccan, hey Fancy. Is Fancy here too? I don't think Fancy's here. And anyone I missed. It's like you went through the whole track of them. And Markella's here. Markella, I need to give you a wrench on this channel. None of you have subscribed yet. This is quite a fucking story here. Can I make you guys? Delete comments, put user on timeout, ban user, star comment. I can't make you a wrench here. I don't have to take. I was just posting the StreamYard link. Why did I want get unwrenched, Lionel? No, this is the wrong. This is Lord Dandy 2.0. You haven't met me here. You haven't met me here. This is my other channel. This is my Lizzo 180 channel. You know what I mean? this is my this is my original channel that I'm streaming here on this thing, on this thingamajig, this StreamYard. This is fucked up. Are you drunk, darling? Are you drunk in the morning? You're drunk in Minnesota? No, you're not from Idaho. You're not from Wyoming. You're from Minnesota, aren't you? You're not from Arkansas, that's for sure. Thank you, Markella. You're getting brains there. Yes. This is fucked up. It is. Wait, then I've got something to show you. Oh, I can't do it now because I'm going on both lives. I'm going to end this live on the I'm going to end this live, girls and boys, on the tablet. Okay? Salani Gachli, Hambani Gachli, Tutsin, Sayonara, au revoir. Please come and join me on Lord Dandy 2.0. If there is any of you that have any brains, then you know how to find that link. It is in the chat. And then I can show you what I wanted to show you and manage the live. But it doesn't seem like Lene wants to come up anyway. So I don't know why. I mean, I only started this for you, Lene. And then I'll be able to. Oh, such a mission on my phone. It's terrible. Oh, you subbed, but I can't give you a fucking wrench. That's the problem. This is my original channel, by the way. I'm gonna make 200 today. I don't get drunk. I get even. I love it. Let me take another sip of this. Look at your blocks. What blocks? What do you mean? Look at my blocks. What does that mean? Huh? I must give you guys like 15 seconds. I'm confused. There's Lizzo with a wrench. An MJD with a wrench and Lizzo with a wrench. Isn't that here? And Wiccan, yes. And then Markella. Lene is blocked in StreamYard, so you will have to unblock her there. How do I do that? Really? Okay. Let us see. Let me see if I can unblock Lene on StreamYard. Where's the settings? Guess. Oh wow, she's blocked. Oh my god, even Teresa Brosnan and G2K and Lucia Caccino. Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe I should have gone on Lord Dandy, but well, why not? Maybe I shouldn't have. Who knows? At least I got you all to come. Come, my pretty ladies. Come, my pretty ladies. Here we are. And there's Dot. Dot. Lol. Are you guys coming here? There's more in. So what's going to happen is I'm going to transfer this whole show from God, lesbian. There we go. I don't want that. Hey, Lene.
Oh my God. You're a total fucking. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm hearing me twice.
Okay. I'm going to end this live on here. One moment. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining. And hopefully it works now.
Are we good? Yes. I'm not echoing now. Lionel, don't fucking call me drunk when it's your Oh no, no, I'm still echoing. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? I'm not echoing now. You're not echoing to us. Okay. Lionel, fucking call me drunk when you're the one that had all this messed up. Lionel on this end on 2.0 is got his there he is. He's back. Lionel, you owe me an apology, asshole.
I'm sorry.
No, I was
Are you
not.
not drunk? Are you not
No,
drunk?
I don't. Contrary to popular belief, I do not get drunk that often, maybe once every 2 or 3 years, because I have a problem with stuff like taking my clothes off and shit. Everybody taking shots out of my cleavage. But, anyways, that's just going to be misconstrued too. People hear stupid shit and then they run with it, like I'm a drunk, I'm a pill popper, whatever. Here's the deal. This is why I wanted to come up here. Thank you for hosting me. Lionel, you there? You just
Yes.
can figure.
No,
Okay,
yes,
this
yes.
is why I wanted to come up. I was not in your live at all under any names, my name, somebody else's name, not a troll. I was not in those lives at all. I got a message. Actually, I got two messages off of two mods that asking me if I was there. And I said no. Well, just so you guys know, if you notice, I haven't been able to go StreamYard um do StreamYard lives in over a week. And it kept saying I couldn't even get on YouTube on my computer. That's how I go StreamYard. I'm on my computer. So it kept saying that I was offline. So last night I asked Beefcake to look at it and fix the computer because he was the last person to use my computer. And I thought he had just done something. And he said, it's because you're signed into Chrome. Why are you signed into Chrome? I said, I don't use Chrome. I use Google. He said, well, you're signed into Chrome. Everything on here is signed into Chrome. So he took Chrome off, bada bing, bada bang. All of a sudden, I could sign back into my YouTube account. And also, I could sign into StreamYard again. So I don't know. I don't understand how computers work. I I don't get it. I think that if you have a wrench, I know some people say wrenches cannot be cloned. I don't necessarily believe that, especially now that it's happened to me. Um, but whoever was signed into mine is using Chrome because I never even use Chrome. So I do need to change my password. Shut the fuck up, not a troll. Um, I I just wanted everybody to know. And usually I don't say nothing. I've been staying out of the drama. I know my name's been talked about or what do you call it? Even instead of calling my name, they're spelling my name. Like that makes a difference. And I don't get involved because I'm just trying to walk away from the trash and just do what I'm doing. The only live I've been into in a while, I can't even remember because of the stuff going on in my life, is Dots. I went into hers, I think it was last night or the night before, and had a fun live with watching her on panel and we talked. So I don't know what happened. I quit altogether if I see my name. Um, it's been a while since somebody has used my name to troll that I understand. I haven't seen it. But I've always said, I don't care if people are trolling under my name as long as you're being nice. What can I do about it? We can't stop the trolls. They're going to come, they're going to happen. So I'm not going to run into everybody's chat that it's not really me. You guys can figure that out for yourselves. But when somehow it looks like they're absolutely using my account, and I didn't think that was possible, then I have to speak up. And that's why I wanted to come up here. Hello?
Hello. Oh, I'm having a bad time here.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to add people as wrenches on my tablet, but it's so difficult. Add. It won't add. Come on, man.
Did you hear
Sorry,
anything I said?
Marcella. Sorry, um, uh, J. Brad. Yes, I heard everything you said, but I want you to repeat it in abbreviated.
I'm I'm not repeating it. Go back and listen to it. All I'm saying is that
Very.
I believe now. I didn't really believe too much that just anybody and everybody could hack into people's account. I really didn't believe that. So even when I've heard
Ah,
other
yes.
creators say somebody hacked into my account, I'm calling bullshit because my brain just I don't know anything about electronics, but that just doesn't sound unless you're really, really into computers, I could see it happening, but just the normal Joes off the street like me and you and everybody in chat, I just don't think it could happen. So I've even been guilty of when I hear other creators say, my account has been hacked, you guys. I was like, I'm calling bullshit because I really didn't believe it could happen until today.
No, it happens. I sometimes actually feel it, Lene. I when my in the old days on my machine, the desktop, with the tower, it would like have an orgasm, like so, brrr. You could actually sense when you were being hacked.
Shut up, not a troll. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, Lionel. This isn't my channel. It just pisses me off.
No, you are full welcome. This is your show here today. I haven't watched you. Have you not gone live? Hey, but you have
No,
gone live.
I've gone live, but it's been sporadic because I
Have
put
you
it out
also
there on my
hidden your lives? Did you also
no,
hide your?
no, I don't ever hide my lives. I did take the one down that I did for Dot. I didn't take it down. I put it on private. There's a
But
couple that
Chrome,
I
you were saying earlier, Chrome.
Chrome.
Chrome, Chrome was my biggest killer. That's how they hacked my everything.
Okay,
Was
see,
I had a
I
spyware on my password on Chrome. I hate Chrome.
okay, I've never used Chrome. I've used Google since the day I found uh what was it? What did I meet my husband on? Um what was that what was that site a long time ago we all used to use? Oh,
Um,
what was it called? Um
oh God.
See, Jeffrey. No,
No
I
more.
don't believe that's not. Oh, Jeffrey said, "Not a troll. I hacked your Chrome." Anyways, let me not rechat. Where did I meet my husband? You guys, you got. Thank you, Mary Jane.
MySpace.
Not MySpace. The one before that. The one before
Oh,
that, where we all used to chat and we used to have parties. We used to get together. There were different
it
chat
was
rooms.
Yahoo.
Not Yahoo. It was before that too. Why can't I think? It was chat. It was AOL.
It was
Jeez
like a
Louise.
Windows thing.
It was
It was
AOL.
AOL. Yahoo.
Yes. So back in the AOL days,
There was the phone, the BlackBerry. Remember the BlackBerry?
yes,
Oh,
my husband used to have a BlackBerry through his work. But anyways, I have always used Google. I know there are these other things, um, search engines that you could use, and people told me, "Oh, it saves it's safer than this or that." And I was like, "I've never had a problem with Google. I'm going to stick with Google. I have an iPhone, blah blah blah." And then when I couldn't sign on through my computer, I couldn't sign on to my StreamYard, and I couldn't sign on to my YouTube account at all. It just kept saying this is offline. So I had finally last night, I asked my husband, can you look and find out what's going on my computer? Because I can't go live on my computer, which is where I do my StreamYards. And he said, why are you using Chrome? And I said, I've never used Chrome. Everything on my computer was switched over to Chrome. Everything.
the
He took
computer does it. You see, you allow another app which allows Chrome and it's bots or algorithms to overtake and override, and they take over your computer through the apps. It's scary. Are you
um
there?
well, this thing keeps coming up as well on mine, and it says, I think it says MVP or IVP or something like that. Do I want to use it? And I is it MVP? It's supposed to be a
Uh,
blocker.
yeah, to hide your IPN or your.
Yeah, IPN or something like that. And it says, do you want to use it or not? And I always hit no. But I'm telling you guys, for the last week, I have not been able to sign on because all of my little icons down at the bottom of my screen are for Google. And that's why every time I was hitting those, it wasn't working because all of my accounts were already signed into Chrome. Beefcake had to go in and shut out and take Chrome completely off and sign my stuff back into Google. That happened last night. So I'm just here to say, if anybody's been in anybody's chat under recording Delaney, it has not been me. I have not been in anybody's except for Dots. That is it. And it was that one night because I've been just trying to stay away from the bullshit. And I do VPN. That's it. Thank you very much. I also want to say apologize because I've heard people say my account's been hacked and I didn't believe it. I absolutely did not believe it could happen. Not like this. What do they want to hack into ours for, right? I can understand if you got a lot of money, but I just didn't believe that it really happened like this on stupid stuff like YouTube.
So that you were using your account to comment on other videos? Is that what you're saying?
If you go back, I don't know. I don't know because I've only been in Dots. I wasn't even in your live. I got 2 messages from 2 of my mods that said, "Are you in Lionel's?" And I was like, "No." And that's when I went over and said, I'm Lene. It's me. Let me up. Let me up." Because I guess prior to that, I didn't even go back to look or scroll up to see what was saying. But there was another, according to Lene, in here with a wrench and said that they are not a troll. Not a troll said, "I am Lene," and then all that was going on. And I was like, no, just let me up because I'm not going to sit here and type and nobody to know it's what's me and not's me. This is me. Does it make any
Welcome
sense? It
to the
doesn't make
month of
any sense.
Halloween. Halloween.
This has never ever happened to me ever. I mean, I don't understand this. I don't do anything or have anything other than I have walked away and just tried not to be a part of the drama, tried not to
So can I,
respond, even
can
respond.
I ask you? Can I
Mhm.
ask you? Who do you think Cat in the Hat
I have no clue.
profile is?
I have no I really have no clue. You know, at first I think Cat in the Hat is just I thought it was like a friend of Team Rose, and then I thought, no, it's a friend of mine, and then no, it's a friend of Lionel's, or no, you know. And then I think after watching it um, prior to what's happened, prior to this week, I think it's just one of those trolls that tries to get us worked up, but I don't know who.
Oh, there's a few. You know what? Um, I attract smelly socks.
I
You know,
know you collect them, yes.
I
The
love them.
lost
I think it
socks.
turns me on. Those lost dirty socks. They come to me, come to me.
Yeah, you
And then,
collect lost socks.
but, but the problem is they're clones and they're informants, they're whistleblowers and spies. And I have to learn. I can't be so nice and friendly anymore. This must come
You
to an
know,
end.
no, you're right, because what's happening is you just accept people, they come in your
Mm.
chat, and then you've been warned about them and stuff. And my thing was always, look, if it happened before me and you guys are just telling me a story, like I can't even get involved in that because everything flip flops so much, right? And one
Yeah.
day you could be friends and the next day you're not friends. I learned this as a young mother, not to get involved in my children's fighting because
Thanks, God. Thanks
it
for
looks
joining.
like, by Dot, it looks like you're taking sides. And then in the end, when they make up, you're the bad person. You're the bad person. So I
Yeah.
had to remember that even on YouTube in the last couple of weeks, I've learned that as well. That even though I thought we were friends and I was doing the right thing, eventually I'm going to be the bad guy. And I don't want to be the bad guy. So I just was like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing on my own channel. People are going to talk. They're going to say what they will. I don't care. Um, my natural nature is to go and right all the wrongs. So if something is said that's a lie about me, I really just want to go in there and just rip their heads off, even if it's a small lie. But then I thought, does it really matter? I mean, people are going to believe what they want to believe. You know what I mean? You can't go in there and try to defend yourself against anything. And no matter what you say, it's going to be twisted. It is. So I'm done with all that. I'm done with trying to defend myself or my friends are my friends, and I just stay out of their dramas. I think that's the best way to handle it. But it doesn't matter because they're my friends and somebody else hates them, then they hate me too, and I get blamed for stuff. And I'm okay with that. You're not It doesn't physically hurt me or keep me awake. You know what I mean? As long as my family's not brought into it, say what you will. I don't care. But I do have a fast fuse, and so when I found out that there was somebody here being me and not a troll was in here saying shit about me or whatever, my fuse went off. And so I came on and I said I wouldn't do this anymore, but here I am.
So, yeah, let's expand on that. Um, you just had your confession now, and I'll have to go and rewind and listen to you again. Um,
I
so
got
like what's that redhead in Washington State called? What's her name? PCT. Like her and you've been watching me in the bushes. And
no, no, not
I
true.
really
Not
don't
true.
like that. You
Not
haven't
true.
or
No,
catch up.
nope, nope, not true. This whole week I haven't done anything because 2 weeks ago my sister had a stroke, and
You
I
had a
only put it.
oh, okay. That yes, I did sort of hear you had an family emergency.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I was at the hospital for 3 days straight with her, and until we knew that everything, in fact, she had a stroke very much like what Tina had, except for, I don't know if it ever affected my, Tina's speech, but it has affected my sister's speech. So, but other than that, there's no other she has no effects, no body effects, it's just only her speech. So I was at the hospital for 3 days straight. Didn't do anything. Not messages, not no nowhere. Not my YouTube, your YouTube. But it's not true, Lionel. I don't always sit in the bushes. And to tell you guys, be honest with you, sometimes I do with people, and I have done it with you before. Absolutely. Um, but it's not an everyday thing. Sometimes
No,
if I
no, I
catch
don't mean that. I don't
okay.
mean that. I'm meaning um, that you're actually watching, and that I was impressed by Tina. But PCT's like, oh, I thought you don't watch me. I was thinking like I'm the toothless wonder G2K Aaron who has 2,000 subscribers. But Tina said, oh, who is he? Because Tina is a big deal on the streets. Do
Well, she's
you
been in
agree or do you disagree?
yeah, I mean, she lined herself up,
She's a big
with some
deal.
with
From
2 really
early
big
days,
creators. Yeah,
she's fearless.
yeah.
She was always fearless. So, but sorry, um, Tina, I'm tired of you girls, like Dot as well. You're all nuts. There's something in the air there. There's some radiation coming out of your nuclear plant or something. But you're all nuts. You all turn. You all turn. The only ones that don't turn are the people who are married, like Lene. Lene doesn't turn. Why? Because she's got a husband that keeps her grounded.
My husband
That's what
doesn't
keeps
see that's
women grounded. Not going to put your feet in the fucking dirt. Your husband keeps you grounded. Am I wrong?
I will say that when I first heard you say that, I in my mind I was thinking because you had done a live, I don't know when it was, and you were talking about married women, and I was like, first of all, who the fuck are you to talk about married women? A, you're not married.
Ah,
B, you're not a
yeah,
woman. It'd be like me
yeah,
talking about a gay man. So you don't, and a lot of what you put out, I was like, that's bullshit. But just
yeah.
what you said, that it keeps me grounded. You're right, because a lot of my anger issues have come to an end because of my husband, because I knew that um that he was having to pull me out of situations that he didn't want to be involved in. And I knew that sometimes I could embarrass him. And I didn't, I knew it, my anger was affecting more than just me.
Like
You know
a
what I mean?
level. It
Yeah.
was like
And
levels it, and
eh,
you allow it because why? Because you know it's your emotions that've taken you up and down, and it's affecting the situation. And
oh,
you're
yes.
wiser now. You're older now. You know that this is better for me, and you submit.
Yes. No, that's exactly right. And well, and then you learned a lot. Well, for me, I love my family more than I love myself. And so if it hurts my family, then or my husband or my kids, then
You
of
don't
course
want to do that.
I have to better myself, because I'm not out to hurt my family. And my anger issues absolutely was causing um my husband. He was just like, I can't deal with that. Like, you're crazy.
That's
So
bullshit.
it is bullshit. It is, because I would, not on him, but like any mouth on the street. Like, I just had a quick fuse. Like, look at me
No,
wrong and
I,
I'm going to say
I
something.
felt it in you, Lene. I felt it in you. I said, is Lene going to go mad? She's like, Lene's like, I hope your husband calms you down because this is all, it's worthless to
It
get
is.
uptight about it,
Mhm.
to get
Mhm.
attention, to get all worked up about something. No, it's not worth that. Not at
Well, we have two separate living areas, right? So, but my living area is where you have to walk
because
through.
it's
Kind of, his is kind of in the back. So, if you're going to go to the kitchen or the bathroom or whatever, then or outside, then you walk through my living area. So, whenever I'm watching certain creators on, I watch you guys on the big screen. He's like, "Why the hell are you watching that? Like, that is so toxic.
That's
Do
what
you?"
everybody says to me when I watch Team Rose. For since forever. Then my neighbor, then my tenant, then my mother. It's like, why are you watching that?
Well,
And
you
you
know
know
what
that.
I've learned to do is, I like last night I watched a couple of movies on Lifetime for women, and then as soon as Beefcake come and told me good night, oh, I jumped on over to YouTube so he didn't have to hear it, because I don't want him to think I'm as trashy as the rest of y'all. I mean, he knows how bad I can be. So yeah, I know he doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to see it. So I try to be respectful of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
like me, I've now found Lizzo. Luckily, I found Lizzo because I get triggered, of course, when I watch Rose. And I really hardly ever, I don't know, the algorithm doesn't work for my channel to find Tina. But somehow, if I go into my other channel, which I use to go and watch my own tarot pool, so I give myself another like, I give myself a few ad views, and then the next uh, video that YouTube offers to me will be Lizzo's update about
no,
either Tina or Team Rose. And I'm so glad I found that because I wouldn't find it on Lord Dandelion or even this channel 2.0. It's just about the algorithm. And it's funny, on Little Fish, I get PJ Vision and Lizzo. And so it's quite, I'm
it's in
glad
it.
because
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Look,
find it. And today I said, oh, I must go into Little Fish to see what Lizzo has an update for me. And maybe I'm 12 or 20 hours behind. It's terrible because
yeah.
I'm actually 9 hours ahead of America, But I watched, so this is actually 30 hours behind of my time. I should have, but because now I had you blocked, I have Lizzo blocked, but like the real blocked.
Yeah, I don't know
So
how the blocking works, really,
the
tell the
real
truth.
blocked comes from without having a wrench. When you're in chat
Uh-huh.
and you see somebody else without a wrench in chat and you don't have a wrench, you go and you click on their channel and you click on their name, you click block there. That eliminates everything. They will be able to comment on your video, but you won't be able to reply to their comment.
I see. I
So
see.
it's a terrible block. That's what I have with Maggie and KTO and a few others.
Maggie. Maggie's the least person
Not
anybody should
Maggie,
block. She don't
Maria
ever
G.
say
Sorry,
nothing.
not Maggie. Not Maggie, Maria G. I
Oh,
always
okay.
sorry, Maria G. Sorry.
Okay. No, I just I'm thankful that you brought me up here. I listen, I'm gonna take some heat for it, but I'm gonna say, um, Lizzo has kept me laughing through
Good.
a lot of stuff. And for me, I don't have to if Lizzo's covering it, I don't have to go to those channels. If I hear,
Yeah.
oh, somebody's talking about you again here and somebody's talking about you again there. You know, sometimes I can shut it off and say, I don't give a damn. But then when you get talked about, of course you're gonna, the
You're going to
natural
react.
response is, what the fuck are
Yeah.
they saying now? You know?
Yeah.
So with Lizzo, I think when Lizzo covers shit, it's like a pillow
Brilliant.
that it doesn't sting as bad hearing it out of the creator.
And
And
she's calm.
it's,
She's not
yes,
ranting
it's
or
not
carrying on.
fighting. And you know what? It's
But
really,
it
if
is
you listen,
natural. It even she's actually it is she she's
it's
calm
fucking
about it,
funny.
so it doesn't matter. It's spontaneous. That's the word. Yes,
Yes.
it is
And it's
spontaneous.
funny, and she's not trying to be
I
funny.
laugh.
Yes,
Yes.
but because of what she says, it softens the blow that we're taking from these other creators. To me, that's what it does to me. If I'm going to go and listen to the creator say it, like even later or whatever, it pisses me off. It makes me want to react. But if I'm watching it through Lizzo and she's like, oh, what kind of travesty do we have for today? Oh, I just giggle. I get excited because it
Yes.
softens the blow. It's like Lizzo makes it kind of like, you guys, really, like, this is just shit. And she proves it. She
Yes.
there's no way you cannot go and, I mean,
I'm
watch.
I'm giggling now myself. You're right.
It's
You're
funny because it's complete proof, and it
yes.
completely is responding. And she's not starting up a live to
Yes.
bash anybody. But once you've done it, she's going to correct it with your own words. I dig it. I dig it. And it
Right.
softens the blow for me. If somebody is saying shit about me, it doesn't piss me off because I hear Lizzo going, oh, for fuck's sake, go walk a dog. Or this is the most fucking boring shit I've ever had to listen to. And it's just stuff coming out of her head that she probably doesn't even realize that she's saying. You know,
I
you get
learned
her.
so much. I learned so much about Peggy in the last live. I didn't know Peggy's in her 70s and
Yeah,
she's
I
still
didn't know that.
alive. And she
I,
was on a live panel with um with Lizzo.
yeah, I didn't know all that either. I may have heard it, but just not retaining it. I do think there's a lot of people out there playing Peggy. I think I finally can get the one who's the right Peggy, I think. Just by the way that she talks to me and the things that she asks me for, like during my lives and stuff. I think I have figured that out from the trolls and stuff, but I can't even figure you out, Lionel. I can't. I can't. It drives me
Oh,
crazy. I want to go over there and put my fingers around your neck
I
and
can
shake
tell
your
you now,
head.
I'm going to assure you now, I'm going to make this a public service announcement. I have made a live video, stating I am Peggy in the heading, in the name of the live, but in real life, I've never impersonated or made a sock of Peggy.
No, what
Peggy
I'm
is Peggy, and a lot of Australians have, and Britishish have become Peggies too. That I'm
oh,
sure
listen,
that
I think Americans are doing it too. There's more Americans in any of our chats than there is any other nationalities. Let's be real. So let's not just push it over on the Aussies or the English. Believe you me, Americans know how to do it too, and they're doing it. Um, but what I'm talking about that I can't figure you out is sometimes you make complete sense to me. Sometimes you get on there and I think I'm hearing from your heart like the real Lionel. And then sometimes you get on there and you're just as evil as the rest of them. I'm like, well, I people say I've changed, right? Because they've seen some of the meaner things about me that I can be. And then also they believe me to be other people as well. So uh for whatever reason, they say I've changed. Have I changed or am I still the same person? And I have to ask you the same thing. Maybe it's just the different, not personalities, but different identities of our personality as a whole. I've always said when I came to YouTube that I can be a very mean person if you piss me off. And you won't like it. And I've always said I can be the most compassionate person to a fault, and I can be gullible. And and so I think with you, I just haven't figured out, like, is it, when you become mad and mean and even you don't drag me, but you say things that are complete fallacies that are not even the truth. They're just either what you've heard or what you have put in your mind about me. I'm just sitting there going, that's completely false. And then I'll hear you on another day, and then I'm like, you're saying something that is so true, but it's opposite of what you said about me 3 weeks ago. So what is it? You know what I'm
there we go.
saying?
There's the leading question of the night, of the
Yeah.
day. Happy
Which
day,
one do I
Saturday.
believe? Which one
Lene,
do I believe?
both and none.
Both and none.
I don't know. I don't know which, where, and when are you talking about. But I
So
do think, I think, I think if you have a little bit of forgiveness in your heart, then you can understand that there is a balance between entertainment and allegory and having a story to tell on
no,
the
I
YouTube.
absolutely believe.
I've
Yes,
got
yes.
nobody. Beanie, I've got no one. I've got you, but how long have I got you? I've got you as long as you are here on the live. And then uh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People's trust in you um, is very thin, or not in you, in people. Okay, so you've got Lulu. And that's why
Hmm.
Team Rose is like, Lulu this, Lulu that.
Hmm.
Lulu is great. And Lulu is very heartwarming for me. And you're very lucky that you've got Lulu. But, Leni, I don't have a family. I don't have the reality that is needed for stability to be found in me. So, like Team Rose is, he's a deviant. Yeah, I'm a deviant. I'm a creep. But I've also come out of the pig hole, the the pig sty. I have come out of it. I'm out of it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
And drug addicts or alcoholics, they know you don't continually speak about and bring up the past
No, I
because
don't
it
dig it.
only tempts you. It only just lures you into more of the past. And sure, okay, fine, I scare you. I want to scare you at the same time. Lizzo, I only do it a different way to Team Rose. Team Rose wants us to, and it's obvious. We know she's fucking scaring me out. But with me, is I'm not a super soldier. I am a spiritual warrior. And I want us to understand that we have power, but we can also be normal human beings and have fun. And I've never had fun. And that's why I like Team Rose. That's why I dig her, because she pokes fun at everything.
Mm.
But who can? Only somebody with that whatever she has. I don't know. I'm not going to say it now. I'm not going to blow it up, and then it's going to be a whole nother fucking week of what I says she has. We don't have what she has.
No.
Do you like the way she does do things and be ignorance is bliss almost, and just causing chaos everywhere. I like that. I like that. And maybe because I'm Gemini, that's why I'm attracted to that. You know what, Lene, when I was growing up, and believe me, after I grew up, when I was 17, I joined the Navy and then I became the best national serviceman in the country. I was told I was a menace. I was such a difficult child. Now, how does a difficult child become the best national serviceman within 12 months?
Wow. That makes me kind of sad that somebody would tell any child that or anybody that they were a difficult child.
Yeah, well,
That's
you see,
sad.
I was adopted, darling. I was adopted without
Oh.
being known, no, without knowing that I was adopted. I thought that this is it. I was, I was even, I wish I went to Boys Town. And there was this adopted father that I can send you to Boys Town. It's like, Jesus Christ, just send me to fucking Boys Town. They couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Oh
Why?
wait. So can I ask you what
Because
hold
I
on, hold on.
wasn't their kid.
I need the backstory just a little bit. When did you find out you were adopted? Were you adopted by your mother and father?
No, no, I wasn't in a fucking older, I wasn't in a home. My mother married another man and then he adopted me.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So that is your natural mother that you're living with though.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay,
And
keep going.
it's her fourth husband.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the man that raised me the first 17 years of my life. And my brother and my half brother and my sister was like, well, you just shouldn't be in this house. But maybe that's just, I don't know if you heard of middle child syndrome.
Yes. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing, and I've got that. Definitely have that. But looking back now, it's like it was definitely not picture perfect. And what I was put through, I really shouldn't have been put through or put up to do what I had to do.
Mm,
It's actually a shame, but I don't want to bring anyone down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to
yeah.
speak about badly about this. There's really dark fucking skeletons in this closet, but I still appreciate what I got in the
Yeah.
end. But I do what I'm saying now is when people question me, but how can you do that? How can you say that? It's like you have no idea where
Mm,
I come from, and I'm not going to make it my story of where I come from. It's not the time for it to come out yet.
right. Well, I think what we
Because
can't
these people are
understand.
still living. They deserve to live their lives.
That's right.
It's
That's right.
my judgment to think, oh, they did wrong to me. But I don't know if you've heard of all this oneness. A lot of them, they call it this is satanic. Then you become, uh, it's Satanism when you become God. But the oneness is understanding that the left and the right are both the same motherfucking thing. And it's not your choice or your even right to judge another person's life, whether you are the mother or the father or the son or the daughter.
Wow. I think here's what I think. We people criticize and hate what they can't understand. So instead of like on my channel, for instance, I've taken a lot of, can you believe that Lene tells everybody to shut the fuck up? That's so
I
hateful.
love
She's
it.
just a mean, vile person. No, it's my sarcasm. And people that can't
Really
feel
good.
sarcasm or don't understand sarcasm end up hating sarcasm, right? When they don't realize that it's just we aren't born with sarcasm. It's a coping mechanism. And it is a way of hiding a lot of pain in how you feel about stuff. And it becomes a way of life. My whole family is very, very sarcastic. And it's a way that we don't have to talk about the really, really painful, scary stuff, right? We just make fun of it instead. So, for instance, when my sister had her stroke and they figured out what was going on and they're like, we're going to send you to rehab. Of course, a song comes to my mind by Amy Winehouse. They said I got to go to rehab, and I said no, no, no. So I started singing it to her the whole time, making light of it, making a joke of it. So it's not so painful to have to look at, okay, our lives, we're getting older. We're fixing to, things are going to change again for us. You know what I mean? Like my sister could have died. You know what I mean? And so instead of dealing with the pain, we laugh at it. So I think even with you, like people, whatever people can't understand because they don't know where you come from, what your life was like, and they can't relate to it, then all of a sudden you're an evil person. And I think that is everybody, all of us have a little bit of that in us. People hate you either love my sarcasm or hate my sarcasm. Um, and what do you want me to do? Change it? I can't. It's who I am. It's who I was brought up to be. So you're going to hate me for telling people shut the fuck up. You could find a whole lot more to hate me for. Believe you me. Look around. So I think the same is for you, and the same is for a lot of us. We're hated because we aren't understood, and we're not liked by that person. If you look in your chat, Lionel, it's made up of a bunch of different personalities, right?
Yeah.
Some are sarcastic, some can't handle that, some never laugh, some never smile, some laugh at the wrong things, some get their feelings hurt a little bit too easy, some take things too personally, you know. But if you're not willing to understand that each that each one of them carries a reason why they're that way, then you're just going to hate on it and not be um and talk shit about it. You know what I mean? Because you don't understand where they come from. There are some people that are accepting. There are some chats that only people like themselves are going to stay there. You know what I mean? But the ones who can keep people that are come from all these different walks of life, all these different personalities, all these different strengths and weaknesses, those are people that really understand
But
people
now,
and give them grace.
Lene, now the problem is, I think women generally, yeah,
Fucking women.
it's
Yeah.
female, the clam, the clam. doesn't know when to stop.
Not all of us.
And that's what I'm saying. It's your man
No,
that
well,
encourages you when to stop.
I can only
Just the
speak for
thought of it.
myself. I can only speak for myself. That yes, that's true. And it's not that he tells me to stop. It's that I see the look on his
You
face and I
think about
see,
it. Yes.
yes,
It's
I
your
regard
choice.
him. I regard
Yes.
him. Yes.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah.
I remember back in when I was a kid at school, and it was we were on holidays, school holidays, and all our houses generally we have a swimming pool in our houses here where we live, and so I was at this. I mean, what I wasn't even 12 or 10 or 11, but it was a girl's house, and I was a guy. And then they showed me this porn book, this little this magazine of how this woman was wearing lingerie and she was shaving. The next thing leads to another thing. Then we're going to go and skinny dip. And these girls got me to skinny dip. They got me to take my speedo off, and I was in the pool. So that's fine. I'm in the pool and I got my speedo off. But then what they did is they stole my speedo from me,
Mm.
and I was like fully uh, um, pitching a flagpole, very tall flagpole, and they wouldn't give me my speedo back, my costume, and that's what girls do. They put you in a position and they make fun of you and they laugh at you. Oh, you're naked. And you look at you. You've got a big knot there. Are you still there, Lene?
I'm listening. Yes.
What is it with girls that do that? Or is it just that girl that did that to me?
I don't know. I don't think, see, I think different. I don't think you can lump everybody into the same category.
Yeah, I think
I,
so.
be,
You're right.
because of what their sexual, what they were born with, just like I'm a Leo, but does that mean that I act completely like a Leo? No, because I don't believe that. I think we have traits, but that doesn't mean that all Leos are the same or all Geminis are the same or all. I don't believe in that either. So I
Yes.
think we're all very individual and we hang with um people that are like-minded, and that's who we end up congregating with, and then one person wears off on the other person. It's for me it's like those group of girls, why didn't just one of them stand up and say this is wrong, like give him back his
Well,
shorts,
no,
you
you
know?
know what, Lene? Sorry to go more deeper into this. I was never a sexual child. I was never sexually involved. I never. It was. That's what I really was very effeminate growing up. I was a little girl. I didn't. No, I was a little unisex child. I didn't have a penis. I didn't have a vagina. Nothing existed there in my
Uh-huh.
mind.
Right.
It didn't exist. And then I was 6 years old, and I was in the shopping mall, and then my mother had to go to the ladies, and I was in the ladies with my mother because I had to stay with my mother. And then some other woman said to me, "Are you a little girl? You want to be a little girl?" It's like, and I was like feeling, yeah, I'm feeling like I'm thinking like I'm a little girl.
Ah.
But at the same time, I'm, with the protection, you need to protect your children. And unfortunately, you have family. You have family, you have friends, family with friends, and then there's children, and they're Generally, I don't know why. I don't know. Were you like this? Were you an advanced child? I wasn't
No,
advanced.
no,
I
no,
wasn't
no,
advanced. I
not at
learned
all.
much later in life.
Are you talking about advanced child as far as like uh
With knowledge,
educationally or
sexual knowledge. Yeah.
well, only because I had older sisters. Like I was the youngest sister.
Okay.
So I would
Yeah. So
hear
they spoke
something,
about it.
yes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not in a disgusting like
Experience. You
way.
weren't
They
experienced.
but if
I
they if
think my sisters and well, not I don't know. The older girls in my family were definitely knowledgeable.
mhm
They were knowledgeable, and now that I'm 52, I'm thinking, now how were they knowledgeable? You know what I'm saying?
mhm
And back in those days, back in the 70s, a wife wouldn't even say anything
mm
if the father was maybe doing anything. Wouldn't
mhm
say a thing.
mhm
Never.
you're right. Yeah. Well, we have to look at so you're asking yourself why were they so knowledgeable? Maybe they were knowledgeable because you didn't know what they were like at your age. You're only seeing them as so many years older than you.
Ah, there's a
You
good answer.
So when I
Thank
was 6
you.
years old and I found a toy in my mother's nightstand, my sister was 11 years old and she's like, "Put that down right now." And and then that part wasn't explained to me till years later, but there were things I came right out and asked her about when I would become aware, and she would explain it to me the way that you would think a mother would explain it to me. But I don't know that at 6 years old she was probably at the same knowledge as I was at 6 years old. It's just she had 4 or 5 years on me, so she's already gained that knowledge that she could pass on to
Uh,
me.
you see, a mother would see that.
Mm-hmm.
Mother would see that, like you. That's the difference. You would see that because you've seen it actually happen in front of your eyes, and you've seen it. You've experienced growing up as yourself. That's
Right.
that's another thing. Growing up with a stepfather, going through your teenage years and your, you know, just basically 1 year to 17 years, and you have this guy. I mean, he was 16 years older than me. And he told me, I know what you're thinking about. And I thought, motherfucker, you don't know what I'm thinking about. And he really believed he knew what I was thinking about. And I can tell you right now, he did not know what I was thinking about. It's so scary.
Yeah, because he to him a
Because
guy
he
was a guy
wasn't,
and you guys all
because
thought the
I
same
was
things.
not his kin, because I was not his blood. That's the only reason I can put down to. That's why he didn't know what I was thinking. Because if it is your own, you wouldn't treat it like that. If you're uneducated, look, you know, if you're a parent like you are, Lene, and you get another extra child, it's a
I
different story. But if you start off with these two extra children and then you
mhm,
get your own child, it's a totally
mhm.
different story. And that's what I was. I was like the third wheel and somebody who had to do this because now this is my son. So, and we don't have enough money and we need to do this. So, if it was my birthday, then my brother got birthday presents because it was that's his son.
Right.
I'm not his son anymore. But I signed in the court. I still remember the day when I signed in the court. And you as a stupid, what, 23-year-old, 27-year-old, you think the kid's not going to remember. Ha 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 ha. The kids remember fucking everything.
Yes, they do.
Anyway, it's my sad story on a Saturday.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it turn sad, everybody. Now,
It's,
I do get it, and I appreciate your time, and let me just come up here and straighten that out. Now, it's not going to be straightened out. There's still going to be people that say that was Lene. I don't care, you guys. I just don't care. I don't care enough to care. I got enough shit going on, and it's not
no,
just
no,
shit. I got
no. Let's expand this while we got you here. Let's expand this. There were things said that I don't
yeah.
think you have actually answered to yet.
Okay.
What comes first to mind when Team Rose? Um, I don't know when the one live Team Rose goes live, and she's acting like she's running away from your house. And she,
What?
but Nene said this, and Nene said that, and
Oh,
where does that come from? Is that all because of PCT? What
wait
happens
a
in the chat at PCT?
wait a minute. I haven't been in chat and PCT since before she was up on my panel. So what are we talking about? I don't know what you was she talking was she acting like she was literally at my house or
No, no, you know, Team Rose stores like you at your house, and you are now visiting me at my house now.
okay. Okay.
Um,
No, I
what
haven't.
what is Team Rose's problem with you? Her problem with you is okay. Let me catch up here. So I heard that you want to leave YouTube because of
uh,
Team Rose, because of all this bullshit, because of all this. You can't fight this the lie. You just can't fight it because she's what I don't know. She has better adjectives because you got better adjectives. That means that you're correct. There's no point in correcting the lie. That's the problem of it all. Is you can't correct it.
yeah,
So now
I gave up.
Lene wants to leave, and that's when I thinking, yeah, maybe her husband is actually speaking some sense into her brain. That's why she's saying maybe she wants to leave. But you want to leave because you don't want to chop her fucking motherfucking head off because that's what she
Um,
deserves. And all it's going to do is just going to make you look bad in the end.
right, because then I become what I don't like about them.
Yeah.
And I don't want my channel to be like
That's the whole leading
every
on. That's what I
yeah,
said to Elizabeth. I said, that's what she wants me to retaliate against this video. That's why I'm glad I'm not watching it on her video. I'm watching it on your video
yeah.
because
Um,
it's about no. Oh gosh, sorry.
but I want to correct this. I want to correct this because I did hear PCT kind of use that Team Rose is stronger because she didn't run away 2 states. See, this is how people get fucked up. They hear something from you and then they go and tell somebody else and then that person tells them what they heard too. And then that I call it the telephone effect, right? They all add something to it to be and eventually it makes you out to be this either crazy, bad person, whatever. I'm going to explain one more time about this, and I want it understood, and I'm going to give it in cliff notes, meaning I'm not going to go into the whole story. I had some really tragic stuff that started on Mother's Day this year that took up daily, daily time for me. Okay, running the streets, and I'm not talking about little petty things like well, I'll just use it because she used me, like slamming my finger in a door. I'm talking about life or death situations in my family that started on Mother's Day night. Okay. From then on, for 3 months, I was at the damn hospital for every damn day except for 3 days. I can't remember what I did on one day, but one day I just slept. I said, I need sleep. I stayed home. I slept all day. Another day, I had to run errands. And I'm giving myself another day just so I'm not exaggerating or lying. I'll say I took 3 days off of those 3 months until my father in law passed. Then I started going. My daughter in law is having my 10th grandchild, and she started having some medical problems with the pregnancy. So then I'm over at my son's house because he's got 4 daughters. I'm over there being mama to them while they're all while they're in the hospital. She's pregnant. They're in the hospital. In the worst month that it could be, which is August, because the August and September are most of my family's birthdays. August and September. So that I had to put on birthday parties and do all that for their parents, right? So after that happened, then something else happened with another family member, and I'm not going to say, but it was a medical emergency. Lasted for 2 days. I finished up that, and then my sister, I think I'm coming out of it, right? Then all this stuff goes down, still going down with people saying Lene's doing this with letters, or Lene's done that, Lene's done this, or then it's somebody associated with me, somebody associated to me that is doing this or doing that. And I was like, that is so stupid. I'm not even going to respond to that. Like, no, no, I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that. And I just don't want to do it because it's just going to keep it going. But it's going to be my channel, their channel, somebody else's channel. It's just going to be like that. I don't want to do it. So then 2 weeks ago, my sister has a stroke. So I have to handle that situation.
Oh
When
wow.
my sister had the stroke, I stayed with her for the first 3 nights in the hospital. Okay. Not her husband, not her children. Me and my sister are very tight. I stayed there, right? And I dealt with the uncertainties and what was after we on the third day when we finally had 2 CT scans and 1 MRI. We know exactly what's going on. We know that we're already to the extent of the damage. Now we just deal with the damage. Then I'm hearing all this shit that I'm not even really involved with. And I wasn't in Dot's live the night that happened. I wasn't there. I happened to check in with my Discord and saw something was going on with Dot. Lionel, if the same thing was said about you or Rose or Tina or anybody, my natural reaction is to react. That's what I do. And I don't care if you hated my guts. I don't care if you said the most vile things about me. I would be there. And if you told me to leave, I would leave. Okay. So I went into Dots. I'm not gonna lie, it triggered me. It did. It when you deal with a lot of personal trauma where you think your family, like your immediate family is dying and they have died and you're dealing with this shit. I mean, they're putting my sister in rehab. My father-in-law died in rehab. Okay, not in a hospital. We thought he's
Yeah.
getting better. Oh no, he died in rehab. Now you're telling me my sister's going to be fine. She's going to rehab, but people die in rehab. Okay. So when that happened, and that situation happened, and then I lost my shit and I went live, and I still stand by that live. I just do. I stand by it. I took it and made it private because it became a big thing. And I don't what I didn't need any more shit talked about. You know what I mean? Everybody else goes on their lives and blasts me or says pokes little holes in stories or throws whole stories and puts their community post up, and I don't say jack or Jill about it. I say nothing.
Yeah.
But the minute that Lene loses her shit, which is the fourth time that I've ever done that in my whole time of having a channel of 19 months, 20 months now, right? Then all of a sudden I become the bad person because I went off on people. Mind you, these people are in their fucking discords, in their private messages, in their
Yeah.
own lives and shit,
Yeah.
and talking shit about me constantly. And then they don't leave it out for Lene to see or for anybody else to see. Those are going, we're just going to private that, right? So,
Yeah.
because they don't have no, I left mine up until I knew Dot had seen it, closed, and then I closed it down, and I said what I wanted to say. All right. So when all that happened, I was like, fuck this. Like, I don't need this shit. But I wasn't only talking about YouTube. It was all of the trauma that had happened since May and dealing with the deaths and the illnesses and the people coming close to dying in my life that's who I am. If people don't like it, lump it, suck it. I don't care. Okay. I'm not harming anybody by paying for my own gas, getting in my car and handling my stress and trauma the way that I handle it rather than
Exactly.
coming on YouTube and putting it out there for everybody. No, I didn't even listen to YouTube. I went on my drive. It's what I do. Okay. I've done that since I was a kid. I would run, get everything cleared out of my mind. I can come back stronger. I can take care of my family better. I don't have children living at home. I don't have those kind of responsibilities that need me, that kept me from running before. Now that I'm older, my children are gone. My people that absolutely depend on me for life saving stuff, they're not here anymore. So I don't know how other people, when they get to the end of their rope with real life stuff happening, is and then online stupid shit happening, how they handle it. Maybe they're better people than me, Lionel. Maybe they are. Maybe they're stronger people than me. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But
Bye, Johnny
that's just
Farewell.
talking about the trauma that started in May. So when I said I'm leaving, I meant I was leaving everything, not forever. And I said that in my Discord. I said I won't be going live if ever again. I didn't know when it was going to happen or if it was going to happen. I just wanted everything to go away. I wanted the pain of my real life to go away and the scaredness that I was feeling of losing loved ones and the atrocities that happen online, the lies that are spewed. I wanted it all to go away. And how did it go away? By putting miles between me and turned off YouTube, blocked everything from my phone so I didn't see it. And
Yeah.
I left Indiana so I could put distance between the pain here and the pain that I was carrying within myself. I I need everybody who doesn't understand that thought to look up the word association. I associate things. It could be a whole fucking state. It could be one person. It could be a smell. It could be a song. We all have associations with something. Okay. If somebody passes and then you smell their perfume somewhere, automatically you're like, everything's going off. I smell my person. I smell my dad, whatever. We all associate things. For me, it's on a grander scale. I associated the whole state of Georgia with my ex husband and that marriage, right? It wasn't until I met my real father, who's from Georgia, that now the association is with him. It's not with that marriage anymore. So it's not painful for me to visit my dad in Savannah now anymore, even though that's where my marriage was, because I have a different association with it now. So for me, I associate things, right? And all of us do, maybe not on that scale. So no, I wasn't running away because of Rose or one certain person. I was running away from real life trauma and the whole shit ball that was YouTube.
I just want
So,
to say, I want to say, just to interrupt you there, because you brought up the word Georgia, and you know, um, somebody said
of course,
Maria
of,
Gono said,
of
"Well, how can Rose drive to all of these states to post those letters?" Which we all know she didn't drive to all of those states.
no,
But at the same time, that weekend before, and I can prove it, Rose did go away. She did.
well, I
She
do.
went to either Massachusetts or somewhere far away. And secondly, Rose knows people like you guys. Okay, maybe not Lene, but everyone else connected to Rose is from the Turtle gang,
Yeah,
and she's got connections there still, like Dumpling. Where's Dumpling from? There are
I don't.
people from Tennessee since Summer Utah Wells. Yeah, you know the Summer case. Remember the Summer case?
Yeah, I wasn't on YouTube for it, but yeah, I know about it.
Rose knows people from those days. She knows people from all around America. They will do things for her. Have you ever heard of Nicole?
I've heard the name, but I don't
Hmm?
know her now.
Have you never seen her in the chat?
I've seen her, I think, in yours and Rose's before, but that's all I
Yeah.
know.
Rose, I mean, Nicole is quite a good lass, but I wouldn't put it past her. She was the one that was jelly for Mal Pandora being and we all know there was an online present situation happening with Mal Pandora and what was his name? His name is Stoned but not alone. Do you know Stoned but not alone?
I know him, but I've never been in his chat.
Okay, yeah. So you know about there was that online. So Nicole spread the story that she broke up his marriage, that Mal Pandora broke up his marriage. Now, of course, if you and I both know this is the whole story. When you are married to your cell phone, and whatever anybody says online, that's now God's truth, and you're going to live by that. Then you're in Delulu land. You go to Delulu land, and that's why I'm saying, Lene, you're lucky. You're married. You got a man that's saying, look, just look at this, like with a level head. Let's
Mm,
get out of Delulu land. Let's get out of this. We don't, even though as much as we are, how can you call it, cheered on by and even made to laugh from the trolls or the sock puppets or the bots, whatever they may be, um, we still got to stay grounded. You got to stay in reality. Switch off. Switch off.
right.
You
I
don't have to.
the
You
only
don't have
thing.
to believe everything you see and hear.
Well, I wish they didn't. The only thing I will say about the rose thing and the letters thing is, listen, you guys know I'm on the road all the time. My family lives everywhere, and I go as much as I can go. Uh, and my son works out of town, and so when I go work for him, I'm definitely out of town. But anyways, there is no way. I will say this: there is no way that Rose could have made the trip from Maine to Georgia in 2 days.
Oh,
No, look, if you pull up a map of the United States, and I
so,
could tell you, I mean, and even if I was in my days where I used to be able to make it from California, let's say, to Oklahoma, and without sleeping. You know, we're older now. We have to pull over to sleep. I do that now, whether it be in a hotel or just find a place that's safe to sleep in. There's even if she had drove straight through, there was no way Rose could drive, or anybody can drive from Maine all the way to Georgia and back to Maine in 2 days. It can't be done. It's too far.
okay.
So that's all I can say about that. I mean, I don't know if, I mean, if that's what you're going off of, that she was out of town and she's the one that went
Was
and
not home. She was not home. She confirmed in an email, and she even did a live where you could see she was in a like a guest house or a small inn or motel with a swimming pool. Um, but I know, I mean, even one of them had said it came from Tennessee. And
Yeah.
I know Tennessee is like almost that's like Texas. It's too far south. It's too far. I know
Well,
that, but
yeah.
you know that Rose knows everyone in every state.
Well, I don't know that. And that's the problem, that people are being accused of stuff because they think that the person they're accusing, it's either their MO, uh that's just what they're going to do, that or that they just don't like them enough to believe that they wouldn't do stuff like that. Um so that's why I don't have a thought on who did it, where it came from. I absolutely don't believe that Rose could have done it herself. I just don't. Because I drive a lot and I've driven all over these United States. And I will continue. And that's my dream one day, is just to own an RV and hit the road, because I
Okay.
love road tripping.
Okay. So then
But she couldn't have done it.
that goes to the argument, the point of view that there is a bunch of trolls, and we all know it. I mean, even on my videos that I get ads, I watch my videos and I watch my ads, and there are scammers. These ads are scammers, and it's funny. The same ad gets played on like a good YouTube channel, like a biz news, like a political business channel, and they were shocked because their interview, political channel, business news channel, they interviewed uh, that they broadcast on YouTube was used and then made as a deep fake video for you to be lured in to spend what $250 to sign up to invest money in this. For sure, 100% you're going to get returns on this investment. And it finishes up, it lands up where you find the VPN, the virtual networks, the networks. You find these people, um, these con artists in America. In
Yeah.
America, and that's what I was trying to say yesterday to Megan, to Tina. Just remember, when you were fighting Team Rose, you got WhatsApp messages, you got SMS messages, you got texts asking, do you have a funeral policy? Do you? And then the
Me.
next message, do
I'm sorry.
you
Go on.
have a funeral policy? And then the next message. And then you get annihilated with these text messages. You need to get a funeral policy. It's it's just too weird. I'm sorry. It's too
You know,
connected to the underworld.
yeah.
And
And
that's what I find sad.
I think the saddest thing is, I don't know that we'll ever know. And it's just everybody blaming everybody. It could be somebody who wanted to maybe help Rose's channel and send them to her so she has something to focus on that's different. I don't know. Maybe it's from somebody who is a hater of Rose, so they wanted to shake her up and get her worked up. I don't know, but it's any of the possibilities that people are
But
running with is,
she refuses to accept that all of us, from you, me, and even Gono, that we love her. And I would suspect that it could even be Gono, Maria, to be the baddie, to to
I
make us
really,
to make us look like it's all us trolling. We're not the trolls. We're not the gang stalkers. Oh, you
this
hear
is,
me, Tina? It's not us. We're the straightforward, we're the friend. Lene, you and I are the friends that will stab you in your
The
face, in
and
your back.
yes, in the chest, straight up. You know
Thank
I'm
you very
coming.
much.
I will
Thank
tell
you.
you to get a restraining order, and I'll tell you I'm coming. Yes,
Yes.
I will give you a heads up for sure. Now, yeah, but I don't like using people like uh making thoughts of who could be doing what because that's being done to me. I mean, people put it out there. I'm sure you've heard it. Leanie's the one that either somebody in Leanie's camp or Lenie is the one who sent out those things because she travels and she lives, she has people in the South. Yeah, no. No, I see no benefit in doing it either way. I don't. The only thing I can say truthfully, I could say two things truthfully. I have nothing at all to do with it. I could say three things truthfully. I have nothing at all to do with it. I don't know who did it. And I absolutely do not think that Rose drove and did it because I know that is not possible. It's not possible in 2 days to do it, to make that drive.
Yeah. No,
So
I don't think she did it. I don't think she did it. But I know there are teams that go against you in America.
absolutely. We see it all the time.
Especially,
Absolutely.
especially when you go and you go onto these other apps, it's like I can show you now. You can tube boost, you can boost your subscribers, you can boost your viewers, you can boost your likes. But what else does it boost? You have to be careful when you
Yes,
make a deal with the devil.
that's right. And that's why listen, I know a lot of people have been pissed off at me about my mods blocking and shit like that. There's a reason
No,
for it.
you do a good job.
There's
You do a brilliant,
there's
amazing job.
I'm not entertaining people that just want to fuck around online and fuck around
Yeah,
with people's lives. Lionel, I'm
yeah.
going to tell you this. I don't even think but you reminded me of it when you were talking about how people can be scammed. When we bought this house, and we had already signed the papers, everything was done. The last thing that had to be done was in the paperwork we had put that we wanted a new roof put on the house right before we moved into it. So that was all done. So they had finished up the roof the day before we moved into it. And that was already ours, but the other owners had paid for the roof to be done. It was in the contract. So when we walked up and, here we come with all of our, cars, bringing the family so they could see the house and stuff. The guy who did the roof, it was his company. He was still here and he was looking over what his workers had done. And he's like, it looks really good. I don't think you have a problem. Gave my husband a card and said, if there's any problems, give me a call. Really nice guy. And he said, you almost didn't move into this house. And we just were laughing or whatever. But come to find out, the day before we had come, even though we had already signed all the paperwork, it was our house. The day before we were to take the keys to the house, when we were talking to that man, two U-Hauls from California pulled up into the driveway. They had been scammed out of money online that they were
Wow.
buying this house over $100,000. They had the paperwork, they had everything that this house belonged to them. They came from California. We knew nothing at all about it because they didn't go through us or the people who sold the house or our financial company. You know what I mean? Because it was a scam. So they were actually sent like all this paperwork that they received, that's their house now. They will be getting the keys on the day before we were legally getting the keys to show up on that day. The keys will be there. And then they could start because they put a down payment of over $100,000 on it. And then
Crazy.
their payments would start. Yes. Yes. So you're right. Anything can be done. Anything. I'm in shock. So, and you just reminded me of that when you were talking about how people get scammed out of all that money. Yes, I don't know whatever happened to those people. I don't I doubt they're gonna get their money back. I'm gonna tell you one thing I did that was really stupid. Beefcake wanted to kick my ass,
Some
but I
people
wanted
spend their whole retirement funds. They think they're going to make money for their children and grandchildren, and then they put all their savings into this online. Uh, it's like, they pretend that they're going to use your money to invest on the
uh-huh.
stock exchange. And you know, I've bumped into a guy. He was asking me what's the cheapest whiskey because he just lost 135K on the stock exchange. It's like, well, this is the whole trick of it, isn't it? They
Yeah,
use your money. They use your money. They make you rich. You think you're rich, but there's no money in your bank.
no.
There's no money in your bank. There's no money in your pocket. You think you've got millions, and then it goes in 6 hours. Gone. Phew,
Yep,
gone.
you're exactly right. You're exactly right. I was stupid one time and I wanted this little dog so bad and I did my research and this was before I had my golden retrievers and I found this little dog on it's a reputable place that you could get animals on. Anyways, and I thought I checked the background because I'm always like worried about backyard breeders and stuff like that. And I checked the background, it all looked legit. I wanted I I am not a material person, but I wanted that damn dog so bad, Lionel, that I sent $600.
Whoa, no,
Yes, me, the tightwad
that
that
was
won't buy.
your earning. That was your earning hat. You paid
Oh,
$600.
I paid six
Oh,
hundred
my friend,
dollars,
I'm sorry. I'm
and
sorry.
then I told Beefcake, I was like, my dog's coming in on the plane tonight. I went and there was no plane. And Beefcake was like, "What number did you call? And what? How did you talk?" He was like, and eventually it was all just. There was nothing I could do to get 600 back. And he's like, "I hope you learned something." And I was like, "I learned I need a dog." But I fell in love with that dog for two. I talked to these people for 2 weeks and got pictures
Oh,
and videos of that little baby. And I wanted that dog so bad that was coming from somewhere in the US and they scammed me
oh
for $600.
no. Wow. And they
Yeah,
were sitting there smoking their coke, doing their drugs from your money. Oh, that's sick.
and I should have known, um, because nowadays people are just like, "All right, PayPal me this, PayPal me that." You know what I mean? It's like we keep no, they needed it done Western Union. I should have
Yeah.
known, but I was being scammed because I had to go to Western Union to send the money that way. But I was so blinded by the dog that
Wow.
I couldn't even catch that I was being scammed. And
Oh,
that
I
was
do. I do it so many times. Small little ones. I've been caught on Facebook. It's like it seems like everything is a con job these
it
days.
is. It absolutely is. And I'm a sucker. Not that was the biggest sucker job I ever did. But I'm telling you, if it didn't involve a dog or an animal, I wouldn't have done it. I think I
You
would,
wouldn't
but
have. I know. I
it
know.
I just wouldn't have done it. You could get more to by me if you say, "Look, I'm really hungry." I'm like, "Give me your PayPal. I got it." No, I'm not Western Union you money. Give me your PayPal. I'll send you some money.
Yeah.
It was because I got videos and pictures of that dog and I fell in love. And I
Yeah.
had its name and I was just like, "I'm gonna save you and I'm gonna love you." Fuck me.
Yeah.
But I learned a big lesson and now I have golden retrievers. So there's that. But anyways, I won't keep you any longer. Is there any other questions you
Ah,
have that I
I
should
want you.
answer?
I want you to say what you need to say to Lizzo.
Do I have? I'm not sitting in front of the computer, so
No,
I'm
you
not
don't
seeing
have
any
to, but I think you do have something to say.
to
I
Liz.
think Lizzo, yeah.
Did
Lizzo says
she?
she didn't have to pay. She got a free kitty. But I know you and Lizzo, or is it you and, no, not you and Lizzo. It's Lizzo and Megan that has a problem.
Yeah,
Do
no,
you have a
Lizzo.
problem with Lizzo?
No, Lizzo's my girl. She's
Okay.
m- she's my. I don't have. But listen, I don't have a problem with anybody. I choose not to have a problem. I don't hold grudges. I don't hold grudges against people. I don't. I think. I. I listen. If you're not willing to let things go, then you're. I support Lizzo. I do. I watched Lizzo literally disappear for 3 months. She didn't even keep in contact with the people that I keep in contact online, which is my mods. Um, and she didn't even keep in contact that much there. So she just and for me, I understood that. I understood the walking away, running away, just everybody leave me alone for a while. So that's what we did. But when it wouldn't stop, and my channel finally, even me on panel, I was like, Lizzo, if you hear this, if somebody's in contact with her, tell her just come back because it's not stopping. The live is still up. I can't tell you which one it is, but I'm the one that said, Lizzo, come back. It's not stopping. Why should you stop having fun where you have fun because somebody's run you off? You know what I mean? And the whole chat was like, Lizzo, come back. I don't know who reached out to Lizzo. I didn't personally because I didn't want her thinking that I wanted her to come back because she was a mod of mine or because
So now I
I
want to
needed.
ask you one last question. I want to ask
Okay.
you, let's look into the Lizzo Lene magic crystal ball.
Yeah, we have one, I heard.
Do we?
I mean, Lizzo and I are lumped together in everything, I guess, because both of our names are Lene. I'm sorry, start with an L. The Lene Club. The I don't know. I've been a cult. I've been a club. I've been pretty much everything. But Lizzo's like my right hand man, I guess. Go ahead.
No, but you're a woman.
Yeah.
So one, I trust your intuition. You're the divine feminine
Uh,
here. What do you see the future beholds with
with
this whole
with
story? With this whole story, where do we go from here, Leni? Because in actual fact, we all big friends. We're all one big family, and it's not going to change. This Team Rose's attitude is not going to change. She's not going to. She's going to become a fucking. She's not going to change at all. Um, but now we have Lizzo making her videos, which is entertaining you and me.
mhm.
But what is the next steps? Like I watched this other guy on YouTube. He hates TikTok, but he found this interesting woman on TikTok telling us that with how Charlie Kirk incident, and it all happened on the exact same day. Eh? What was it? 10, 9, 9, 10, not 9/11, but 9/10. Charlie Kirk went, and then Team Rose went. This is leading us to something. That's what she said.
Mm.
There's something that's coming next. Do you feel something?
I felt something earlier this year, and I think I said it even on your live. Something is off kilter, and then I said it on my live too. That I felt like something was happening, and I didn't know what, but it's something's going on. And then all these weird stuff started happening, even in my personal life. So I don't know. I uh, I don't know what the answer is because I don't think that we're dealing with I look I listen, I don't I don't want to be offensive
I don't know.
to anybody, but the deal is that
maybe
you're
we are all the puppets, and we are all marionettes, and
mhm.
we are all playing our part. And somehow, when we get our triggers, that's when we snap into gear.
I think
So
for the
that,
most part,
you know,
yes.
I said it earlier. I think it's the simplicity of walking in love. Okay, so love is a big word with or a small word with a huge big meaning. So it's talking about integrity. It's talking about compassion. It's talking about understanding. It's talking about longevity. It's talking about uh, um, bearing the shit, the good with the bad. That's what walking in love means. So that if you walk in love, you are actually protected because anything can happen. World War III, I think we've had it already. It's World War Big Bang Theory. This is going to be the Big Bang. That's what could happen now because we don't even really know how World War One started anyway.
Right.
So the important part is to know that we all still love each other. I think. Do
Well, I
you
don't
love Rose? Do you love Rose as a
th-
person,
as a
not as
person, yes.
well?
Yes, yes. I have love. I think I have love in my heart for everybody as a person. I really do. Because and I've said it before, and I know people don't like to talk about religion, but for me, a pastor once asked me, because there was some stuff about that came out about my ex, and I thought I hated him. I was just like, I fucking and this pastor who I had to go to counseling over it with, he said, if God came to you and said, would you like this man to go to hell, or would you like his sins forgiven and gone to heaven? What it was all in your hands. He said, creator of the universe said, it's I'm giving you the power. I was like, uh no, I don't want him going to hell. I mean, because I know this life is a vapor, you know what I mean? And hell or heaven is eternal. And I was like, no, I no, and I couldn't judge someone like that. He said, that's how you know if you hate somebody. And that was such a huge revelation for me. So there's nobody that I wish to see what I believe eternity looks like in that place. You know what I mean? There's a lot of relationships that I've given up that I love those people dearly. My blood runs through their veins, but because they couldn't accept a black child living in my home, or they
Yeah.
couldn't accept certain things about me, then I was just like, you know what? Our relationship is not cannot be an earthly relationship. I will have a relationship with you in heaven if we both make it. And for myself, that's what brings me peace. If I have to let go of people that I love in order to have peace in my earthly life here and realize one day in heaven, all this is going to be washed away. This is going to be nothing. This doesn't matter at all. And that we're all going to love each other in heaven. I'm willing to do it because I have to live in peace here. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't want to let these grudges and this hate and all this other stuff keep me from earning a place in heaven. You know what I mean? So I let people go. I don't focus on them. I don't think on them. Sometimes they come to mind. Sometimes the hurt will come back, but I ask God to forgive me and to help me through it, give me grace, and I push it away again because I'm human and I have to keep doing that. I think there are relationships on this earth that we're not supposed to have no matter how much we love that person.
Yeah. No, look, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And your channel is, you keep it nice and mild and gentle, and for everybody to be welcome. You don't take the fringes, and that's what I respect about you. Team Rose, in the old days, like 2 years ago, then she would do her panel channels, and then she would let the men take over, and then she would sleep and let them control, and then they would. I mean, the one guy even died, the sober drunk Tom, and that was G2K. He was still there. I would go online and see her there, but it's not her. She's not there. She's having to sleep, and these guys, you don't know who they are. They're delivery guys. They're delivery guys. These guys are delivering to your doorstep flowers. And now that's who she's allowing to take over her live. Now, how am I supposed to respect you that that's who you want on your live? Would you do that? I mean, Lene, I've met the Prince of Hawaii on your
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
You know what
Sean,
I'm saying?
that sweet man.
Now,
Yeah.
now that's business, not fucking gangsters and gamblers telling me how to bet on this poker play and that poker play and how that guy. No, that doesn't interest me. And that's what she had on her live.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't feel like I have the right to speak on that because I wasn't even a part of y'all's YouTube at that point. But she hasn't, that I know of, done it since. So did she learn something? I mean, look, I've made mistakes on my
No,
lives,
what the point is she has fuck all content.
but that's
Her
her
content
content.
is her fucking derma wand for her neck, which was pre 2020. Now it is her painting wand because every summer she needs to paint all the patches on her peeling house.
But
Let's see what the
but
content is for when you really freeze over in America. This I can see it.
oh yeah,
It's
we're
getting
gonna freeze.
cold already. It's getting cold, baby.
And I'm so excited.
Yeah.
No, here's it. That falls back to, I do stupid shit on my lives. You have a choice to stay or not. Nobody's going to tell me what my content should be or how I should talk. I can't tell anybody else what their, if I think their content's stupid, then I just leave. I have nothing to say about it. Am I thrilled that when people's content become nothing but hatred towards people and lies and over and that's all you're doing? Like, I mean, at that point you have a choice
Do
to
you think
stay or
Matt
leave.
Smith is a real person, or do you think it's a bot?
I think
Or
no, it's not a bot. I don't think it's a bot. Because I did have
you think
beefcake.
Max is real?
I think
Black
he's real,
Peggy
but
is
I
real.
but I also think that a couple people are playing him. I think there's the
Yes,
real
Black
Max
Peggy.
Smith.
Black Peggy, exactly the same. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's the real Max Smith who's obsessed with me. And then there's other people that play him that try to get me goaded to react. That's what I think.
You know what we're dealing with. Um, you can understand, you can comprehend this. You're a mother, you're a grandmother, you're older than me. You're like my big sister, and he is what would be the same age as my son if I had a son.
No, I mean, didn't Rose say he's like
He's
60
really
something? He's older than us.
no, that was a lie. He's 30. He's like
See,
35.
why would there be a lie? Why do we got to lie about it? Because it was put
35.
out.
She told me he's 35.
She tell you that after we listened to his
And
so-called
that made more
messages?
sense to me. It made more sense when okay, maybe okay, because it's just like you can't get through to these what do they call it? Y chromosomes. No, the X Gen X, isn't it Gen X?
I thought we were Gen X.
No, we are
What
we
are
Gen
we?
X?
I don't know
I
what
don't know.
we are. I'm a Lene. That's what I am. That was born in 69. So that's all I know. But I the people's content, I just don't go and watch. I'll watch I don't like at all that when I'm people's content, I don't think any of us like when we're people's content, unless it's something good. Then that's nice, you know. I mean, it's nice. But if it's something that's just mean and lies and vile, and it's over and over and it doesn't stop, I don't know what the right answer is for that. I know if I'm speaking on behalf of Lizzo, and I can't speak on behalf of her, but I can take my part in it. And my part was we all encourage Lizzo, don't say a word, just don't respond, don't respond. So we went through that where Lizzo wasn't responding in my chat, right? I didn't want it in my chat at all. And then when I went to over to Tina's, I didn't see Lizzo talking about Rose. So I don't follow Lizzo everywhere she goes. I don't know all of her channels or where she hangs out. I don't know none of y'all's. The only reason I know Tita's is because that's the group that we were in. So I didn't see Lizzo. And then it just kept on. And then Lizzo was like, guys, I'm done. Lene, I'm sorry, you know. And I was like, I'm not going to take your wrench. Whenever you come back, you're still a part of my channel. I mean, you know. And so she left. And then
Yeah.
and then it kept on, and then it kept on, and it just got bigger and louder and more lies. And then I was like, why are we doing this? I'm missing my friend because she's the one being attacked. And she hasn't been on here saying nothing. Now, did people see her name? Sure. But it's not hard for a creator to, well, I used to think that it's not hard for a creator to see if that's the real person. But it was just done to me today on yours, where somebody was in as me until I was like, Lionel, bring me up. It's me. It's me, me, me. And now all of a sudden it's gone, right? That thing's gone. Well, it's going to be put out there. No, that was Lene too, but she lost her mind. She got drunk. And then she went on Lionel's panel all of a sudden, not drunk. It's just going to become a thing. I don't really care. So I think when that happened, and I asked, and, you know, we were all like, Lizzo, come back and hang with us. You know what I mean? It just kept on even after she came back. And she was being accused of things that trolls were doing. And even when Rose's own mods were saying that is not Lizzo, she wasn't listening.
No.
And she would still dog her out and drag her, as you guys say. And finally, I was like, Lizzo, do you? I mean, how else? You have tried everything else. How else do you fight it? And today, when I went to go and actually look for something from Lizzo, not to lie, when I woke up, went and looked for my girl, and there was nothing there. Then I went over to go look at Rose's just see, because I'm doing this, right? I'm going back and forth now because you hear Rose saying, I am responding. And then you hear Lizzo say, I am responding. So I'm watching it. The response is coming from Lizzo. Lizzo hasn't struck up lives to bash anybody or to talk shit about anybody. And it's funny, those people that are doing that, they will private that live that quick after they've gotten the views off it, right? They won't leave it up. And so Lizzo isn't striking up lives going and just talking shit about Rose. She's smart enough to know that even if she sees Rose's name in another channel and they're talking about her, Lizzo goes and looks to make sure or tries to make sure it's not Rose or a troll. You know what I mean? Because she's not going to argue with the troll other than tell him shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? There's no sense in arguing with Rose when it's not Rose. Same thing goes for Lizzo. Her mods have been told Rose, that's not Lizzo in chat. And I've looked, it's clearly not Lizzo, but yet she's arguing with this person like it's Lizzo. So I'm watching the back and forth thing happen. Lizzo is responding. That's what response is. When you're playing somebody's shit back and they're talking about you, it's kind of like when everybody got pissed off at me over the Tina thing. I could have played the Tina's whole life. I'm not interested in what Tina is saying about other people because that doesn't affect me, and it's not
But
not
do
for
you
me
think,
to. say. So I only played the shit that Tina was saying about me, and I pointed out the rights and the wrongs about it, because that's what I have. That's what I have the right to do. If you're going to talk shit about me, I have the right to play it and to comment and to right the wrongs. Don't you agree?
Do you think that this is the question? So all those photographs or letters that were in or that were actually posted to Team Rose were not Team Rose, but like this email with Lizzo was not Lizzo, was it Team Rose?
I don't
Do
know.
you,
I can't say that. I don't know who it is. But Lizzo has shown that's not her email. Now, could Lizzo go make another email and then email her from there? I guess we all could do that. But why would she? She has her own channel. She's correcting the rights and the wrong. If she has something to say to Team Rose, why would she write it in an email under a fake name of herself? No, she would go to her channel, handle it there, and show the lies that are being told about her. See, that's the difference. That's how you have to use your critical thinking here. For me,
yes.
I am not going to bring up an according to Lene fake account, right? And email anybody that I have beef with, or go into people's chats and talk shit about people. I could do that all for myself on my own
But
channel. And
Dot, sorry, Lini, Dot is saying here you had to unblock Martin. But Dot, there was a live where she was live and it looked like Martin came in. No, it looked like it was you, Dot. It looked like you in the live, and then you said to, yes, Martin, I just sent you a WhatsApp. And you know what? That may have not been Dot, but it's really good. These scam artists are very good.
yes,
They've been watching us.
it's because they don't get off YouTube. They really don't. They don't. They have. YouTube is their life. They know everything that's going on. I am amazed, and I pray to God that my life, as hectic as it gets sometimes, I pray to God that I never have a life like that. That I can only
Yes,
focus on one thing at a time, like that.
yes,
And
yes.
it consumes me, because I couldn't imagine. That's a sad, really sad life for me. But they're smart and they do know everything that's going on. And be careful who's in your circles, because
Yes.
sometimes who you think is loyal to you in your circle is in the other circle telling them the same thing.
Well,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what you were saying earlier. You questioned me, and like the name of the original live was, and I learned from Sierra, there is a truth in the fact that there can be two truths at the same time. And that's why and that's why we get caught out, because we are compassionate. We are understanding. And the enemy knows we have that type of heart.
Mm.
That we think that there can be two truths. But seriously, if we're going to treat ourselves like enemies and we're brothers and sisters, then we're fucked. We're fucked. That's our situation on this world.
The
We're all
only
fucked.
the only advice I could give is quit saying I heard. I heard. Quit hearing unless you're going to the horse's mouth. That's why if I'm going to have it out with someone, I make sure they're unblocked, so that they have a voice too, so everybody hears it. And if they're not going to come, then I will just show that part that's talking about me. I'm not going to show your whole life or you having beef with someone else. It's not my beef. I could care less. But what pertains to me, then if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it the way Lizzo's doing it. I'm going to put it up there and I'm going to fight you with your own words. This is what you said. It's not what Lene told Lizzo that Rose said, or that somebody in Discord said that Lene was leaving YouTube because she couldn't handle Rose, or and all this other stuff, and she drove to. That's what happens is everybody's heard something except for what comes out of the horse's mouth. Go to the fucking horse. If you
That's what
haven't
I
heard it
did.
from,
That's what
if
I
you,
did with Peggy. And then Peggy said, "How could you say?" I mean, think about it, Lene. Where would you find me and Mission and Peggy going for tea? I mean, the three of us, one lives in Africa, the other lives in Australia, the other lives in America. It's it's a joke. But then people take it seriously.
yes, because whatever is said is gold. That's it. And they're that gullible. I'm not that gullible. Just because even if one of my mods said, listen, I heard this, I'm going to go do my research. I'm going to do my research. And look, uh, I'm talking right now to you. And, when I first came on these streets, I was very gullible. I was very like, and I'm still very gullible. I just choose to respect people when I first meet them, no matter if people are telling me you have no clue what they are on YouTube, you need to be very careful, blah, blah. I'm like, look, I'm going to do me. But then, like, when I got to know Rose and we were having a great time and it was just fucking funny. And that's what I'm here for, is the laughter and the seriousness that comes with some things. And then she was like, this person's giving me hell, Lionel Roy. Mission is a piece of shit. He's done this. She's my friend now, right? So I'm believing everything, not having any zero uh stuff except for her word. I have no proof. I'm taking her word that she's my friend and she won't lead me astray, because that's who I am at first. And it is a huge flaw in my personality. It's gotten me in a lot of trouble and it's caused me a lot of heartache. But that's why, so when that was happening to
That's
my friend,
what's
of
so
course,
important. I've realized on the streets. That's what everything is held against you. You need to defend me. No, bitch. If you're a murderous, slandering slut, I'm not going to defend you because you're my
no,
friend. You can still be my friend. I like sluts, actually. Did you know that? I love sluts. But I'm not going to defend you if you're fucking whore. You go whore, and I'm not going to be on your side. Why is this so difficult to understand? We,
yeah, but
darling,
the deal is
keep
that when
your
you're
mommy bear, keep your mommy bear mentality in your bedroom.
the
Okay?
deal is people say that there's a couple creators that say I can't go on your chat because I'm not being protected. Well, in that chat, you're not those chats that you're not going, they're not you're not protecting them either. You know what I mean? Anybody's allowed to say anything in their chat too, but it's the whole, what's good for me is not good for you. It's, I follow these sets of rules, but I need all of you to follow the other set of rules. And that's bullshit. You lead by example, not by what comes out of your mouth. Okay? So if you want to be protected in somebody's chat, make sure they're protected in yours. If you're not going to put up with anybody's bullshit in your chat, whether it's against you or any of your subs or your friends or your enemies or your shenemies or whatever, then that's, you hold that line, and that's the line that I hold. Now,
Yeah, look,
just
and if what you say, like if I say something here in my live, then and somebody else goes live after me to speak about me and confronts it, I have to be able to deal with it. I
I
have
think you
to,
should be able to. I
yes.
listen, when I did the Ford, no, it wasn't the 4 dot thing. I don't remember. It's because they're all still unblocked because I don't know how to block people like by going to their channels. I only know how to block them if they come into mine, if that makes sense. So I told the mods, if they come in, then just block them when they come back in. So whenever the last 1 month ago, whenever I talked about Martin and Maria, because, they had put shit out on me again, and Rose, I unblocked them because I think you have the right. I think you should, in my view, in my channel, this doesn't go for everybody. Do what you're going to do. But for me, to be fair, if I'm going to address something that you said about me, you will have the chance to come up on panel, because Sierra is right in that fact that there can be two truths, because
Yes.
people are going off what they hear. Well, obviously, what PCT heard about me leaving YouTube and going two states away was not the truth at all. But she still put it out, and she had all she had to go on was what she heard. She even said that. I think we got to get away from that. I think we need to quit going on. Well, I heard Lionel said this, and I heard Rhodes said this, and when it comes to me, what I've learned is I will go try to find it. I'll be like, can you link me to where I'm going to find that at? If they can't link me, what can I do about it, Lionel? What can I do about it? Because when you hear what that person heard, you're hearing what the person before them heard, and then what they heard. You know what I mean? And everybody's adding and taking away. So so I think if you've got a problem with someone, I think it's better to do it on an open panel, not an open panel, but a live where both of you or the lot of you are on the live, so that nothing can be misconstrued. Because trust me, there are people in chat that are still going to misconstrue it because they're not working with any brain cells. You know what I mean? And they're working with, well, that's my friend. So everything my friend says is completely right. Wrong. Not all my friends are right about everything they do. Not all my friends are wrong about everything they do. And I am neither of the sort each. But at least they will call me on my shit. You know what I mean? Like, Lene, I told you don't do that. I told you don't say that. Well, I'm sorry. I got triggered. But the ones that are just taken aside because, oh, that's my friend, that's bullshit. Open your heart, open your head, think critical thinking, see what's going on, and what they're. Listen, everybody has a motive. There's a motive in everything, even in good deeds. Whether your motive is because you care and that's your personality, just to reach out and try to help, or whether it's that you're going to use this person for the information you need to grow a channel. And don't lump us all into the same thing. I don't do shit to get views and clicks. Yet that's said all the time. I quit. You have never once heard me say, subscribe to my channel since I got 1,000 subs, because I said that was my goal. So if anybody else comes and subs, good. If they don't,
please tell everybody to subscribe to this channel, please.
y'all sub up to Lionel, because he is still
subscribe button, hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, he's still trying to grow his channel. I'm good. I'm really, really good. In fact, in my lives, I say hit the thumbs up and the thumbs down. I don't really care, because I don't think it makes any difference other than letting the algorithm know that, hey, I've been in this channel. That's it. So I don't give a shit if they're hitting thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. It's free. Just hit one of them. If you hate me, hit it. Just let the algorithm, because maybe the right people will find the right channels. That's my way of thinking.
You know what the point is with the thumbs up and requesting people to watch? And I said this very long time ago, and I actually taught Team Rose and Mississippi Talker that you don't need to feel that you're asking too much. What happens is it's a psychological thing in sales. If you don't ask, you don't get. So basically, if I ask you to like, I'm just stretching the words. I'm making the video longer. I'm putting more something to say. I'm having something to say. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's words. That's all. It's part of the
The
but
YouTube garb.
the
Yeah.
psychology is most of us, and you've become one of them now. We watch so much, we actually forget to like.
Yeah. Well, it
And
also
if we're not
depends.
reminded, if you're not reminded, that, oh, yeah, I forgot to like. Yeah, let me fucking like you. So all you're doing is you're reminding the ones that do like you to like you.
Yeah, I think for me the
Don't
reason why I
feel
could
don't feel guilty for asking.
yeah. You're right though, because we just jump into lives. It's not because you can't be on my stuff, like my phone, you can't like it without going out of the chat. And then you can like it
Oh
and go
yeah.
back in the chat. So I think that's what happens is we see someone live and we just jump into their lives. YouTube needs
And
to fix
you
that where
just
you
want to
could
get
like
the
it.
info. It's not about the liking, yeah. So it is an effort. So if you, as the creator, don't put the effort in to remind the person's not going to put the effort in. That's the only reason why we do it, Lene.
Oh, I pause for the cause, but for me, I don't care if they hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down because I really don't think when you're these smalls of channels that it makes a difference. And I also think that because we're all these smalls of channels, that's pardon me, that's why whenever we report stuff,
No,
nothing happens.
Lene, you're wrong again. The future
I
is
have
much brighter than you think. We are going to be motherfucking huge, my
I'm
sister.
not going to be huge. I don't
Yeah.
want to be huge. Nope, don't care. It's enough pressure right now that I feel bad that I
It's the
can't.
ones that don't want it that get it, baby.
Yeah. That's true because I never, but I did hear. You know what somebody told me once? They said, Leanie, let me tell you something. You've always heard that when you've got haters, you made it because that was the first thing that was told to me, right? I was like, yes. And that was before I got 1,000 subs. I was like, I've got a stalker, I've got a hater. I'm good. You guys, I made
Wow.
it. Like I did it. And then when it really started bugging me, somebody said to me that was really wise. They said, even stars that make millions of dollars a year, they put out fake shit about themselves
Yes,
because
to make them
it
on the
brings more money.
panel. Yes, you got to be spoken about.
Yes. Good
That's
news or
true.
bad news, they don't care. They don't
Yes.
care. It gets more people talking. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
And
that's the
so
whole
that's
thing with Team Rose being down. It's like whether it's down or not, whether she took it down or not. I know she knows that if you're not going live, you're not being spoken about. You're not in the discussion. You're
yeah,
busy
nobody
being
cares.
you're busy being forgotten.
Right. I'm good about being forgotten, though, to tell you the truth.
Me too. Me too. I was ready to be forgotten tonight, but I-
If
I'm
it's
here for
drama,
you.
I'm good about being forgotten about because I don't want no part of it. Um,
No,
but
or hurting people,
yeah,
or
I don't want to be a part of
belittling
that.
people. I don't want to be part of fucking slandering people. And it's all good and fine to have a comedy going on, and like, yeah, we're making fun of somebody that's not part of us. But when there's somebody part of us, then that giggle becomes like, okay, that's not so funny anymore because we've gotten to
I
know
make
the
fun
person.
of everybody that I listen. If I don't like you, I'm not making fun of you. I'm not gonna. I
Ah,
all of my
okay.
mods get made
Well, that's
fun of,
Team
and
Rose.
Maggie.
All you Leos are the same. Rose, my mother as well. I was raised by a Leo mother. It's like eventually the insults, then you realize the insult is the love.
It's the love, yeah. It's because
That's the love.
it's a protection of hiding
Yes,
your heart
yes.
because
I understand that.
your heart
Because
gets hurt.
the love is there. The love is there, but you need to learn. Everything is a lesson.
Yeah. And you know what? That is right. I did hear Team Rose one time say, I don't know if it was recently or not, but she said, or maybe it was Tina, somebody had said, just because you're at a certain age, I'm 56, doesn't mean that you know yourself and you know
Yeah.
everything about life and you got it going on and you've got this shit all figured out. Hell no. I'm telling you right now, I feel more confused at 56 than I did at 36. At
Yeah.
least at 36, I thought I knew everything.
You
Now
actually
looking back on it,
when
I
you're in
want
your 30s, you think you know fucking everything.
everything and
That's Matt
all
Smith.
and
That's why
and
he thinks he knows everything because he's
yeah,
36, he's 33.
and your parents don't know shit,
Yeah,
even at
yeah,
30 something. I got kids and
yeah.
I'm married. I know it
Terrible.
all. Mom, don't tell me
It's
nothing. A-
terrible.
And then when you get to a certain area in your life that comes with age, you're just like, oh, fuck it. I'm so fucking lost out here. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's why my content is my content because I don't, I'm not faking. I mean, what I don't know is what I just don't know. What I'm learning is what I'm really learning. And what I'm good at, I'm really good at. And
And look,
I feel like I'm
we're going
honest.
through a time in life where everything is changing. And even yearly, the kids have to learn more. And
Uh-huh.
we just get older, but hopefully the AI will get there where we will just speak to a robot and we'll say, we do that. Upload that app. I want to speak to that person on that app, and it'll do it.
Well,
Because
I don't I think I'm gonna do a live on what I have recently learned about AI. And I live with a conspiracy theorist, okay? And my
oh,
boys, all the men in my family, um, are very I mean, my husband is a flat up conspiracy theorist and probably baby child too, okay? And I guess probably, yeah, I guess all the men in my family, I'm trying to make an excuse. No, they're all conspiracy theorists and they think differently than I think. I'm a black and white person, just see it right there. If it's in front of my face, I take it for what it's worth. And they're looking behind the scenes, right? Trying to figure out, there's always an agenda, right? And that's what I tell them. Don't tell me
oh,
about your agendas.
especially right
But
now, there's a lot in the news right now like that.
yeah, so I ended up looking up something that a friend of mine, RC, sent me and it got my wheels spinning and I was like, oh Jesus, please don't let me become a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to go in the 5 or 7 G's. I want to stay over here in my first G and be happy and try to keep building my picket fence that everybody's tearing down. But I went and I got scared to death because I got a different
You were
understanding
red pilled.
of what
You were red pilled.
I found out something different about AI that my husband has been trying to tell me for years, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me like that. Like, leave me alone. Go do what you're gonna do, but
You don't want to
stop
know
it.
the truth.
No,
You
I
don't want
don't
to
want to know.
know.
I don't want to know that
I
JFK
know.
was shot by our government. I don't want to
The
know that.
CIA, yeah, by his
I
bodyguard.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Just don't
Yeah,
don't rock my
I
little world.
know.
But my world got rocked the other night when I actually looked at something and I was like, "Oh my god, we're doomed. Oh my god, this is so true." For
Why?
me, I got chill bumps just when I thought of it again. For me, I
You
was
have to
like, I
tell us
got to
what it
do
is.
I was like, I got to do a live on it. But then I don't want all these
Oh.
conspiracy theorists coming to my live and thinking, oh, cool. Now we can pull Lene into it. And then I'm going to be wondering everything's agenda as well and never take anything at face value because there are some things in life that are just face value. You're
Yeah,
reading into way too much of
yeah,
what you want that to be, including people like us online. People want me to be a certain person that maybe they are, and I'm not. And so the only way for me to fit the agenda is to put it out there that I'm doing things that they either don't know they do or they know they do, but I've got to be a part of that club because I cannot be better than them.
yeah.
Well,
But
I'm sure.
there are things, Lene, and you're starting to see them. And when you start seeing
Uh,
the, what do you call it? It's the holes in the tapestry, the 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 holes in the links, the holes in the matrix. There
it's
are
so
holes.
sad.
There are holes, and I'm saying now that people are wondering there's a left, there's a right. No, darling, there's a puppeteer, and we're
Yes.
all marionettes. And um, there is it's what is called the deep state. But there are higher powers that somehow is controlling us and how we think. And what makes it worse is we are addicted to these screens, and we want more information, more information. I want what's the news today. I need to find out. I need to get this information. And we are it's information overload.
Yeah. It gets too loud. That's what I call it. It
Too
just gets
loud.
too
It's far
noisy.
too loud. We
Yeah.
don't
It's
need
too.
we need to simplify our lives, really. We need to become bushmen, like the bush people right now.
And that's really the way that I live my life. A lot of people make fun of me or just don't think that it's real. Believe me, if you're on my lives, what you're seeing is fucking real. I live a very, very simple life because here in my home because of the real life stuff that goes on within my loved ones, that
It's
have
a protection
serious.
mechanism.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so, like, I just I wanna watch Little House on the Prairie. I don't wanna hear about the real life things that are happening out in the world that are gonna affect my grandkids. You know what I mean? And I don't know, maybe I do have my mom used to tell me, Dolly, you're blundering through life. Get your head out of the clouds. You're not seeing what's going on around you. I'm still that same girl. I still choose what I allow in because I would rather live in the days of not knowing, not knowing. I'm a huge researcher, but I research stuff like that interests me. You know what I mean? Or like the other night we were trying to research uh I don't even remember, but silly stupid stuff. But when it comes to like real life AI and what the governments and all this kind of stuff, I mean, Beefcake's got it going on. RC's got it going on, and they seriously do their homework. And I happened to open one and got interested and went looking and got scared out of my mind. And I'm like, I'm going back in my hole where I'm wearing
No,
an
we don't
apron.
want to know about it. That's
No,
what
I
I've
don't.
realized. We don't want to know about it. It's
I'm
just going to
scared.
harm your mind.
Yeah. I like to believe that my grandparents and my great grandparents and my whatever, they thought the same thing of our generations, like that we were just nutty and it was
So,
just all crazy. And
yeah.
my grandfather used to call us hooligans, and because he was unaware of what our generation was learning. And that's where I feel like I'm at.
What
Like
do
I
you
have
think? What do you think when I say I'm glad I don't have kids?
uh I'm going to be
I don't
honest
want.
with
I
you.
don't want. I don't want to have the responsibility of trying to. I mean, look. The reason why I don't have kids because I understood. I saw it from a young age. It's like kids are too much responsibility, too much work. This guy can't do it. If he can't do it, talking of my stepfather, then definitely I won't be able to do it. But today, me sitting here now, look, I, whatever, if there was a kid that walked through the door here and needed a parent, I would be a great parent. I'm telling you
Yeah.
now.
Hmm.
But I, for what? What future is there?
Mm.
What
I, I'm
future
go-
is there?
I'm going to be
So,
honest
so
with
do
you.
you want to become? Let we go boating. We go fishing every weekend. That we can't do that anymore.
Mm,
We can't go fishing as a family or have a mad, boring dad that has fishing rods. What's that? That
mm.
that that, that doesn't
I think
exist. That's
I
for
think it's
poor people
what
that actually need to go and fish for food.
no. I think you got it messed up a little bit. I think it depends on what type of parent you want to be. So when I say that is what we've gotten away from is the dinner table. I feel like the most important place in a house is a dinner table. And this is why. Taking a meal together was even talked about in the Bible many times, breaking bread together. So having a dinner table where the family, you tell your children, look, we're the TV's going
Are
off, the
all your
radios
kids
are going off.
are all your kids mad for you?
What does that mean? Mad could mean a bunch of different things.
Madly in love with you? You
Yes.
don't have one terrorist.
No. I went through
You
teenage
like
years. Don't get me wrong. I went through the teenage years with two of the five, and I'm surprised one of us aren't dead today. But
okay, okay.
I I didn't handle those teenage years with a pat on the back or go sitting in a chair and thinking about what you did. I'm old school. They got things taken away from them. I stuck to my word when I said, you're grounded for a whole week. Don't ask me for nothing. I stuck to whatever punishment was given. I stuck to it. I didn't make threats. I did it. I did it like my parents did it. So the teenage years didn't last very long because I wasn't playing with them and I wasn't going to give in to their tantrums and their bullshit. Oh, you're going to run away? Hold on. Let me help you pack. I know you can't take that because I bought
But
that for you.
also,
You're
Lene,
allowed to.
you get these parents who are new parents. They late 20s, early 30s, and they're raising these kids who are teenagers now, and they were allowed to do what the fuck they wanted to since they
Mm,
were 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years old.
that's right.
They become terrorists. They
That's
become
right.
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
How does a kid become a Greta Thunberg? Well, actually, now I can answer that. You know, the flotilla that's carrying on in the Mediterranean that was ended by the Jewish flotilla. Um, Nelson Mandela's grandson was on one of the boats. And then one of the South African guys says, well, typical, because Nelson Mandela was a terrorist. That's why his grandson is on that flotilla going to try and stop a war. You know, what do you call it, protesters? No, darling, they're civilian terrorists. And that's what people raise their kids to be today, liberal fucking nutcases. Do you
Mm.
want a kid like that? I suppose it takes a village.
I don't see. I don't agree with that either. I guess because I had my kids so young and I was the parent. So and I didn't need a village. I didn't need parents to help me raise my kids. I barely needed a husband. I just need him to bring home uh the money. You know what I mean? I mean, he was a terrible person. He was very abusive. But so I don't necessarily think that it takes a village. I think a village can help. But I think that parents get too wound up in their own lives and what they want to watch on TV and what they want to see on YouTube, and that they forget that they were given this great gift of parenting, and that parenting doesn't stop at 6 years old when they can go make their own cereal, or it doesn't stop when high school football games happen. You know what I mean? You are
Exactly.
responsible for your children if they go to college until they're out of college. You are responsible for your children until you have gotten them to an age of accountability, whatever that may be, that they are able to be productive humans out in the world, making a living, earning a living, and being respectful of humans and things that God placed on this earth in our care. And I think that's what happened, and that's why I always go back to the dinner table. The dinner table is a place where families should come together, and you don't answer phone calls, you don't answer the doors. There's a certain time spent at the table that's just the families alone. And even if you don't talk about nothing but can we get more tissue, um, you're at least spending that 30-45 minutes together, as the original group, the group that sticks together through thick and thin. And you're creating an environment for that. This is sacred, this is us, this is the us, you know what I mean? And everything else, until you become of age and you invite a spouse or a loved one into the family, right now it's just us, you know what I mean? And that's the way that I was taught. Uh, and and the things you talk about, even if you're talking about tissue, you think, oh, I'm not teaching lessons. You're teaching huge lessons, just by everyday talk at the dinner table and canceling the world for 45 minutes. Nobody else exists. You're teaching huge lessons, even if there were no talk, but there will always be talk at a dinner table that needs to be talked about. And I think that's where, I don't know about y'all's country, but in America, as far back as you could go, I had to be at the dinner table at a certain time. It didn't matter where I was at or who I was with. I had to be at the dinner table at a certain time, and the world got canceled. And as far back as you go, that's the way families were. They met at the dinner table. They all had separate lives. Mom did the whatever, dad went off to work, kids went off to school. But at dinner time, they were that unit again, the family unit. And then, and because, and people say, oh, it just can't happen today because I've got this kid in high school and that kid over there. And if your children live in your home, it may not be dinner time. Maybe you may have to get up an extra hour early to cancel the world and be a family at the table. Then that's what you have to do, because it's only how many of us as parents look at our kids now and think, oh my God, I blinked. You were just a baby. And it happens all the time. How many of us as adults now look at our parents and we're like, oh, they're so old. When did my mom get that old? I didn't even know mom got old. What happened? You know what I mean? It's gone in the blink of an eye. So those 18 years at the dinner table or the breakfast table or the lunch table, canceling the world, I'm telling you, it goes a long way in how your children will be brought up.
Lene, it goes along the same lines as Christianity, where you break the bread and you drink the wine, you
Yes.
have commune together, and that is the most important thing. That's the most
Yeah.
important thing. You don't have to go to church and break bread. They do that for ritual, but to do it at home, that's where Christ is.
Right.
That's
That's exactly
where
right.
Christ-like is to be, where you are. That's the most important part of your day. It should be
Yes.
where
And
you
even
are the unit, and that is the foundation. That is the structure. That is the four of wands in tarot. That is exactly what we all are looking for, which makes us happy.
mhm,
That's where you find true happiness, when you have that structure.
yes, that's
And
right. And
it's with everybody's individual problems through the day that you speak through it, and each other you are rewarded with it. But sometimes not all families are rewarded with that
no,
situation.
but it's
I
a
know
choice.
there are some
It's
people that are born demons.
I don't know.
I think
I don't
so.
know how I feel about
I
that.
mean, you can't beat the demon out of a child, can you?
I don't think children are demonic.
Well, okay, so demon children only come from demon parents. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think I'm well versed enough to really talk
If
about it,
you think a terrorist, or
or to.
you think a terrorist is born a good child?
I've had this discussion with my husband, and I didn't get through to him, and I don't expect to get through to you. And I would like to think, okay, in my world
You're
of
not only
the
speaking
way
to me, you're speaking to everybody out there in the world. So
I
please put
would like to think that uh, a child is born not
innocent.
perfect, but innocent. Yes. And I think whatever comes in their surroundings, some parents don't realize that. I believe in spirits. I believe we carry spirits, and we have to be careful what spirits we allow around us, because we could take on that spirit. 100%. Can that happen to a child? Yes, I believe that. But do I believe that children, or that some kids can be born evil? No. I think they are born with this a spirit of God, and whatever spirit we allow to be around our kids. I used to always say, don't bring that spirit in my home, because I don't need you leaving it here with you. Take it with you. You know what I mean? I think it's the same thing for children. If we remember
That's
that.
where I come back to saying with this religion shit. Yes, we've got a left and we've got a right. We've got the left hand path, we've got the right hand path. But now you've got a child. That child is going to play both parts to you. You've seen it.
Yeah, they
And it's
take
up
on
to
both sides.
you
Yeah.
as the parent. It's up to you as the parent to guide which direction you want to go with that. Because there is the one, the actual one, your child. But it can go either way, and it's up to you to direct it in the path. Now,
Well,
now to think at the end of the day, then it doesn't matter if you a suicide bomber. You're still a child of God.
that's true. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you haven't taken on evil
Doesn't
deeds.
mean that
Every
you're not
all
going
of
to
us.
pay for your sins. Yeah,
Right.
but you're
We're
a
all
child of God.
capable. We're all capable of good and bad. I mean, that happened in
That's
the
it.
Garden of Eden,
That's it.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is my mom used to say this all the time to me. I'm sure you guys heard it too. Do as I say, not as I do. That
Yeah.
changed my trajectory completely as a young child of what type of mother I was going to be, because I remember thinking that's so wrong. It just felt so wrong, because I would say, like, if I got in trouble for something, I was like, but you just did it. And she would say, do as I say, not as I do. And I just thought, that's so weird. And
Mm,
so
mm.
I
Like
that
teaching.
changed me immediately, because a baby does not learn automatically from words. A baby learns from action. And
Yes.
we all never stop that, really. Um you become you want others what you're wanting to teach others. So for
Yeah.
me, my mom saying that all that, my dad never said it. My mom always said it. Do as I say, not as I do. And I thought there's something really wrong with that. And so for me, now I'm not saying I never made any mistakes. I made big mistakes as a parent, but I can tell you, and I could stand before God with my hand on the Bible, that my thoughts were always towards what was right by my children before anything. And today, my kids are grown with families of their own, most of them. And I still think about my kids first. If I had something wonderful planned and already paid for it, blah, 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 my kid calls, says, Mom, I need you. Like, there's not even any questions. I wouldn't even say, hey, but I wanted to do, it doesn't even come to mind. I am always their mother and always their grandmother. You know what I mean? And so for me, I knew my kids, I wanted them to emulate my actions, not my words, because my words will fail me a lot. What comes out of this mouth, I'm not always proud of. seriously. But I try to
Uh,
I try to be a kind person, really. I know my limitations and I know my weaknesses when it comes to what's going to trigger me to become a very hateful person. And I try not to be that person. You know what I mean? So I
yeah.
always knew my kids were watching me. And I think if more people
Well, that's
thought,
it. That's all they have to do is to watch you. You know.
yeah. So if kids are watching some really hateful stuff in their homes, don't expect any different from your children.
Exactly.
And what you allow to come into your children's presence, it's going to affect them. It is one way or another. And so I'm not the perfect parent, but I will say I try to be perfect. I'm not perfect. Understand this, all of you out there that want to say Lene thinks she's perfect and she's all that. I'm not. But do I try to be a perfect parent? Absolutely. Even to this day, I try to be a perfect parent. I've never tried to be perfect anything else. Not a perfect spouse, a perfect daughter, a perfect sister, a perfect friend. No, I tell you, I'm not good at this, but I try every day to be a perfect parent.
I want to change your dictation there. Let's take the word perfect out of it because in nature and in human nature, nothing is perfect. It shouldn't be something to strive for. What and this is the month of Libra, and Libra is the month of balance and partnerships. And that's why you and I are actually speaking together. It's because the energies in the astrology has got us to be here. We need to find balance. We need to be balanced in everything because at the end of the day, your kids do grow up,
Yeah,
they become adults.
right.
And that's when you truly have to put your hat in your hand and say, "Oh, forgive me. I wasn't so knowledgeable. I didn't really know." Because then the kids now are adults and say, "But why did you say this and why did you do that?"
Right.
And then you have to show your humility. So all we can really strive for, I think, is balance. To have a balanced mind and a sound mind and a balanced point of view and a balanced opinion because you never know if you're on the right or the wrong track
I think
until
that
it's
was
done.
I think that's something I would have I'm being honest with you. I have to work on that because I do think all the time that I want to be a perfect parent in my kids' eyes. I
What's
never want to
perfect?
let my
What's
kids down.
perfect?
I don't know what
What's
perfect is.
perfect?
I don't know. I just have this image of um I don't know what it is. I wanted to always do right by my kids. You know what I mean? I wanted my kids to be proud of me
Little House on
and
the Prairie. Little House
yeah,
on the Prairie was
probably
not perfect.
I know.
Little House
I
on the
know.
Prairie was beautiful. It wasn't perfect.
I know.
It had
And
flaws. That's what made it perfect. You
but
need the flaws. You need the different personalities. You need the mistakes. That's what makes it perfect.
no, I've made mistakes. Mm-mm. And I've had to apologize to my kids many times. But I will tell you this, I didn't wait till my kids were adults to apologize. If I was wrong, I would tell my 5-year-old, wow, can you believe that? And I explained to him, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I didn't wait to answer my kids' questions. I tried to be real with them from the minute they were born to not. I mean, until they didn't need me anymore. I didn't wait and be because I was their mother. By God, they were going to respect me, and I deserved respect just for carrying them or bringing them into my home for the ones that I did not give birth to. They weren't going to respect me for that. I wanted them to respect me as being a person who really cared about their own well-beings and that no matter what, I had them and they would always come first. Always come first, no matter what. No matter if you're grown and you're an old person and I'm an old person, I'm still going to always try to do right by my children because their opinion of me matters. Not
Yeah.
that and I'm very, like I said, I'm very real with them. They know my flaws. They know. Like I've told the story, I think on my either on Dots or somebody's, but I said my 17-year-old granddaughter, she FaceTimes me about once a week, and we talk about everything under the sun. And her dumbass boyfriend broke up with her and said he wasn't feeling it anymore. And so
Oh
I let
God.
her cry, and I listened to her and things like that. Um and but before that, they were talking. She told me that they were having discussions about their grandmas. He goes to his grandma's house an hour and a half away, um, almost every weekend to help out. And I'm very close to my grandkids. So she was like, they were trying to explain what their grandparents were like to each other. And he was telling her how sweet his grandma was and that she baked every weekend, she was baking something for him. And always, breakfast, lunch, and dinner was made. And oh
Yeah.
God, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell did you tell him about me? Because none of that is what I am, right? None of that. And
Yeah.
she's like, well, she said, you're going to love my mammy. She calls me mammy. And she said, you're going to either love or hate my mammy. My mammy says fuck a whole lot. And if you want something to eat, she'll show you where it's at if you're old enough to cook for yourself. The littles get cooked for. But she said she's just very real. So my kids know, even my grandkids know, that grandma's probably should be like his grandmother. You know, I'm not that
Yeah.
girl. I can't, they know my
Yeah.
flaws. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But they know I'm in their corner 100%. They know that I respect them. Therefore, I have earned a certain level of respect for me. I don't just demand respect. Some people do.
Well,
Some people think that's okay. I want to earn it.
a granny like you, you've got now a few notches under your belt. Somebody like Team Rose, who's now just become a granny for the first time, and like I said to her, it's a generalized statement. It's out there. I learned it. I didn't make it up. But when you have a son, then you lose him. When you have a daughter, then you gain a son.
Most times that is correct. Yes,
Does
absolutely.
work out. It's funny how it works like that. And now she had a daughter who had a grandson, and that's why she's not so much. She's not the granny. She's the granny that's away granny, and you
Yeah.
know what it means.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes in this life. So at the same time, with saying that, you've been a granny, you've been experienced, you've got some notches under your belt. There's a lot of maneuvering, psychological maneuvering that has to be done. Yeah,
Yeah.
to be a granny
I think
and to
it's
keep
just,
the peace.
I think it's just growing.
Still growing, still
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah. Just realizing that you don't have your shit all together, and you don't have
You're
to.
not in control. You're not in control. Yeah.
Right. You don't, I mean, I'm very, when it comes to me personally, myself, I'm pretty, see through. You know what I mean? Like I tell you guys, I protect my heart. So I have the walls
Mm,
up there that aren't going to come down. I do things through sarcasm. I don't I have a big heart. I am empathetic. I do feel for people. Um
mm,
and then I do get pissed off and I can become your worst nightmare. But
mm.
I'm learning, and I have learned, to pick and choose my own battles. Can I always control it? No, not at all. But that's just being human. You know, that's me being human, and everybody is human. You just have to watch the pattern. What is the pattern? of my lives. This is for me, this is an example I can use. What is the pattern? I can
Mm.
count, and the reason why I
That's
pointed
great
out to
forward.
you that
Yeah.
4 times I have lost my shit on purpose on my panel about people. But what about all the other 350 some odd lives that I've done? What is the pattern that you see? That's who I am. The pattern that you see is who I am. What I can become is what you get a glimpse of every now and then.
Mm.
That's how you know who people really are. Watch the patterns. And for me, when I see a pattern of who they really are, if it's something that I can't deal with, that I'm not going to deal with, and I'm not going to support, I just walk away. You're not going to be hurt if I walk away. I'm not going to be hurt. We're just these entities here for whatever reason. We haven't built any real relationships together. Now, there are people, that I have that came from the channel that I would be devastated. I would be devastated if my sister crew that I depend on to keep me sane and sometimes to talk me down and to listen, to my woes. Uh,
Yeah.
I would be devastated without them. But let's be real, Lionel. If I walked away today and you never heard my voice again or seen me put up anything about, it's not going to change your life. It's not going to change my life
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
you see what I mean? So I think
Exactly.
I
It's
think you
just
sit
online chat, man.
yes, I think you sit back and you watch patterns and the people who give out who who have patterns of goodness that lose their shit every week or whatever it is, those are their pattern is of genuine goodness, but they're human enough to make mistakes. But then there's the other people too whose patterns are of genuine just hatefulness and chaos and noise and loudness, and every now and then that little heart of theirs that makes us go, oh man, but I do love you, that will creep out. That's not really who they are though. You see what I'm saying? It's the patterns that tell
The
you who they
narcissist.
really are.
It's a
And that
narcissist. That's what it is.
and that is how that's how I base who I let in to
Yeah.
my channel and who I let in to and what part of my real world they'll come to. And I have met people from the channel, some women that and I even will say RC, who's I always call him the godfather of my channel. He's been there for many things for me, helping me understand things so much wiser, thinks differently than I am. That has helped me through some stuff. So, the people who I've let in almost fully to things, um, I never want to. They're part of my life, even though I've never touched them. They just are my people that God gave me. But I
Yeah.
think with the other ones, you have to watch the patterns because they will show you who they are.
Yeah.
But I love having conversation as long as it's not drama filled talking about other people, just real life shit. Lionel, I love having these conversations with you because we don't may not agree on everything. I mean, you totally believe in some of those
No, but you
conspiracies
know
that
what I
I'm
love
like,
about you? You know what I love about you? You're a mother, you're experienced, you're a granny, you've got family, you have made your mistakes, you've said you've made your mistakes, you've explained your mistakes. So, what we get from you is a good, stable understanding of uh, judgment, a fair judgment. That's what you are. You're a fair judge because you've done the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what it's like.
that's a
No
really
one
nice
can pull,
compliment. Thank you for
no
saying
one
that.
can pull the wool over your eyes.
Not
You're
for
a
long.
good judge, and you are required to stay on the streets. Please don't leave these streets. when the time comes, then you have something to talk about. You come up and you go live and you say what you must say, because
Yeah, I just
you are the divine feminine. And that's where you get these other creators that think with that same pride that I've just explained to you that you should have. They go with that same, and they distort reality. They confuse everything. Why? For drama, for clicks, likes, to create loosh, to create sadness, to make people angry. You don't go online to make anyone angry.
no.
You might go on and respond and react and then say maybe the wrong word, maybe you slip the N word or something.
I've never
But
slipped the
you're
N word.
not, I mean,
But I know what you're saying. Yes,
for lack
there are
of a
times that
better word,
there's
you and
times
I
I've
will
said
never
things.
slip the N word. But we do shoot from the hip and we shoot ourselves in the
Right.
foot.
That's
But
right.
we didn't do it intentionally to create
No, it's
disaster in people's lives or the way they think about themselves. I never ever went on to make you feel bad about yourself. And you never did the same to me. We did maybe have different opinions of each other and we argued, but some people just want to go up on live and create. And then that's what she called it. She called it divisiveness, saying that you're divisive. And then I thought, I got to Google, I have to Google, is objecting divisive? And Google, the AI said, no, not really. But sometimes you can use an objection to be divisive. But I don't think you're divisive. The only person that was divisive was the person that was calling you divisive, was divisive.
yeah, that's what I
You
mean
know what
about
I'm talking
lumping people into what they are. They either want you to be like them, or they don't realize that they are like that, and they're accusing you of it. But they can't see that that's who they really are, and that's what they want me to be. And I'm not going to be that person. I could, all of us could. Um, would I be happy with myself? No. Would I live in some kind of peace? No, it would eat me up. I couldn't do it. Um, but good or bad, I have stood by everything that the 4 lives that I did do. I have stood by every word that I say, um, good or bad. When I say I stand by it, is that I own it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that I have, not that I've ever listened back to any of those 4. I haven't, but I know myself well enough to know that I've probably said some really rude shit. Because um, I mean, I'm gonna go deep. I'm gonna go as when I get pissed off and get pushed to the edge, I'm gonna go as low as I can go. So I'm sure there's stuff that I have said, and I'm
about.
just like,
Women
oh
have
God.
a thing, and you got to use your thing. You're a woman, so be a woman and do your thing. That's what I'll
Yeah, but
say.
that doesn't make it right though. And for me, it doesn't feel very good. It just doesn't, because even the people that I have done a live on, as a human, I still care about those people. I do. And there are good in those people. There
Yes.
is, because there's good in all of us. I think, I hope, I want to believe. I just think some people have more bad in them, and they choose not to learn. Or I make fun of myself about being on the 12-step program, and I'll never get off the third. I do try to uh uh be a better person. You know what I mean? Am I gonna win the race? No, I'm gonna run out of time. And we weren't meant to be perfect on this earth. Only one person was, and they wore the crown of thorns. So I'm not looking to be a perfect person on earth. I want to be a perfect mom to my kids, or in their eyes. And I want to be their hero, and not in a way that is condoning. Don't get me wrong. Me and my kids have had some real uh we've gone at it together because I don't condone things I don't agree with, and neither do they. And sometimes what we both don't agree with is what we're condoning. So of course there have been times, and there still will be times, that those same kids that I want to be a perfect mom for, that we're gonna go at it. And that's okay, because that's a part of being human. But I think I just wish everybody just do your own. If everybody would just do your own thing and leave everybody else out of it,
Without affecting other people.
yeah,
So long
then
as
it's,
you don't affect
I
other
mean,
people,
how
you
long have
do.
we been on here? How long have we been on here? And there were a couple times a couple names came up, and we're probably both going to take a little bit of heat for that. But we didn't set out to do that. That was a natural thing. We didn't start a live to do that like I have done before, like you have done before. Basically, we're talking about our own experiences and what we think about the experiences that we've been through, how to get through it. And then we talk about real life shit. That's my jam. That's what I want to do, because I'm willing to learn. I want to learn. You know what I mean? And even for myself, my own flaws, I will be the first person to tell you I'm wrong. I have no problems doing that, ever.
But you find, sorry, last question, because I need to end this. It's late
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Do you find that there is still a little bit of a difference? Like, say, like now I have an online presence. My presence has grown, and I have tried to respect my presence. And when there comes a time when you need to make a judgment, are you more strict online with the way you react than you are in real life?
No. No, I can def uh,
I mean, I'm more bad. I am more bad. I push limits a little bit further than I would in real life. But at the same time, when I find the position where I need to now make a stand, I would have been more of a wet paper bag in real life than I've been harder. I've been much harsher on my channel here.
no, and the reason why I can say no, and you'll get it when I say it, that I'm telling the truth, is I always encourage, if you've got a problem with me, go to anybody's panel. I'll meet you there. It doesn't have to be for me. Uh, because we all know that people like the drama, right? So people want to say, well, Lene wants to do it on her channel for clicks and views. No, I'll come to you. Pick whatever you want. I would rather do it like this than to do it online, where I'm doing it by myself and have my own say and not have to listen to the other one. And everybody's only getting my version. You see what I'm saying? I am exactly like, that's the way I'm like that on, that's why I am that way online, because I'm that way in in life. If I am, like, say me and my sister are going at it in
Unfortunately,
text.
with the sock, sorry, with the, and um, not mentioning the people in the company, like MJD, it's not her real name. Like dot underscore, it's not her real name. Like Lene. So there is a little bit of anonymity.
No, Lene
Um,
is my real name.
oh,
And I've told many times where it comes from. My given name is Darlene. Everybody knows that. I
okay,
hate, don't
Darlene.
say it. I hate it so much. I have always hated that name. When I was a little kid, when they would do roll
I
call
always
to make
hated
sure you're present, before they would, when I'd walk in the classroom, I would go to my teacher and say, please do not call my name. I'm here. That's how much
life.
I hated my name from word go. I don't know why. I just always did. My family calls me Lene, or they call me Dolly, or they call me Blondie. When I was a kid, if my mom was mad at me, she would call me Blondie. If my mom was happy with me, she would call, or I didn't do any, I'm not in trouble. Mom would call me Dolly, which is what my grandfather, her father, started calling me as a baby, Dolly. So Lene came from my little brother could not say Darlene. He's a year and a half younger than me. He always called me Lene. That now, if you talk to like Tammy, who's my best friend in California, my childhood best friend, she still calls me Lene because that's what my family called me because my little brother couldn't say my name.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's
I
beautiful.
like it better than Darlene. Darlene sucks ass, but go ahead.
No, I always hated my name as well. I never knew my name until I was 6 years old, and I had to go to school, and then my mother and my sister had to say, "No, your name is not Baba,"
Yeah.
because all they called me Baba. And I said, "My name is Baba." She said, "No, your name is Lionel." I said, "What?
Yeah.
No!" I was furious.
Yeah, a lot of kids go through that. It's funny though. It's funny. No, I always knew my stupid name. But I hated it. I don't know why. Maybe because growing up in California, nobody was named Darlene, and it just was a dumb name. It's still a dumb name. I hate it so much.
You say it, it sounds dumb to me too.
It's so dumb. I don't care if you say it's dumb. I told my mom. I remember when I want to get when my mom I when I used to aggravate my mom, and I loved aggravating her because she would fuss at me and cuss me out. And I would tell her, you know what I'm going to do? The minute I get of age, I'm going to change my name. And I would come up with something stupid California name like Christy. And I said, I'm going to dye my, and I told her I was going to dye my hair because I was the only blonde headed kid she had. Everybody else was dark headed. And
Okay.
oh, that got her going. That would get mom going. But anyways, I don't know if I ever answered the question the last question you were asking. You were asking about that all these people have. Oh, can they hide behind their? It's a form of
Cowardice.
anonymity.
It's cowardice. They're all a bunch of cowards. Team Rose too.
So you think them not using their real name makes them a coward?
Everybody is a coward. They won't come up. They come up with their sock accounts, and even the name Team Rose is a sock account. If you think about it, it's
Well,
not an actor.
I just find it funny when she tells people it's
So
not their real name, and she doesn't even use her real name. So
behind anonymity, this she's a spy, and she's this like, oh my god, the madness that I think that goes through some of these people who really think they're living an undercover lifestyle because they're online with a different name. Do you know
yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
yeah, but wouldn't you tell like if your mom was
They
going to
won't
go
confront
online?
you straight. They won't confront you straight like this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. No, I would rather much I would much rather talk it out face to if not face to face then at least like this.
Yeah, yeah, honest.
Um
No, sorry, Dot. Dot is offended now.
why?
I don't know. No, no, she's not really offended. She's upset with how I said. Dot, you're not fake, and
No, you show your face, you show everything.
you're not
Listen,
a coward. Dot, you
no,
are you are the least cowardice of them all.
that
We
is the
know your
truth.
real name. You've come up on my panel. You've been straight with me. We've had our fights. You are not a coward, Dot.
No.
Of all, you are the least cowardice.
I'll tell you what a coward is Max Smith, who will not, as many times as he's been asked go on any panel and talk to me. That's a coward. We don't know supposedly we've heard his voice. I could do that shit right now, except for my voice is very I can't fake this voice. It's very recognizable at this point. So there Max Smith would be someone I would say is a coward, because he, instead of confronting me, who he's definitely got a problem with and an obsession with, instead of confronting me, he supposedly sends a message through Rose to talk to me. That's a coward. And I would go on, if Maria said, I'm going to have you and Max come on panel, I would be there that quick. So it doesn't matter what, that's being a coward. You're playing behind the scenes, and now other people are playing you, and that's totally a coward. So Dot, no, you're the furthest from it.
Dot stands up for her own. She's not scared to express her opinion ever.
That's right.
But it's like Peggy was saying, and like Lizzo was saying, that you think Team Rose is typing in another chat somewhere. Meantime, she's typing as her own troll in her own live, and then coming at you in or coming at me. And then I think, now who is this person? I've never seen this person before, ever on the streets. I'm not like a big frequenter of anybody's lives. I get updates more likely. But you've never seen this person, and all of a sudden this person appears and is speaking just like Team Rose speaks to you. That's cowardice. And that's leading. And that's planting more seeds to cause more chaos.
Yes. Because it may not even, listen, it may not even be Team Rose.
It's not even her.
People
you
hear us talk.
Yeah.
And it's
easy to stop. If Team Rose thinks like that, there's another 1,000 that are thinking just like Team Rose is thinking.
Right. They hear us talk. They know what we say. It wouldn't be hard to get a sock account and to go in as that person and try to cause problems.
So easy. And that's why also, if you're watching now, that's why it would have been totally wrong for me to allow you to come up on the panel with Team Rose's photograph, that we've never seen a picture of Team Rose in that picture or that pose. She was overweight with bigger boobs and short blonde hair. We've never seen a picture like that. And Mission comes up and says, but it's me, Lionel, it's Mission. I want to make Team Rose scared. That's not my aim. Because everybody is blaming me. That's what Team Rose is saying. Oh, no. She's this lady, this damsel in distress, and everybody's bullying her. And just a week before, that week when Charlie Kirk was off, just 3 days before that, she was doubling down with Sierra, calling me the ringleader of the trolls, because I was now being paid to be the ringleader of the trolls. Now all of a sudden you're the one that's the victim, when you're calling me the ringleader of you being the victim. No, for fuck's sakes. It's a bullshit story. And I forgot my train of thought there.
It's okay. You need to go to bed. I need to go and meet Beefcake for dinner. So
what time is it there in Indiana? I forgot earlier. I called you Minnesota. What time is it there?
It's 7, and I'm in Indiana.
11.
7
in the morning.
No, PM.
Yeah, it's late. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it's 20 past 1 here.
Oh, that's way past your bedtime.
It totally is. But I had an important guest on my live today.
Well, thank you for your hospitality and thank you for letting me come up.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping your tribe with my tribe. My tribe is your tribe. It's so nice to see that. We're a melange on the YouTube streets. You know melange.
Yeah.
You know those hats that Team Rose tries to crochet. Team Rose, go crochet. Go crochet. Bizzo's a better crocheter than you, though. Okay, we have
All
to
right.
go, girl.
I'm gonna drop down. Thank you so
Bye.
much, Lionel. I appreciate you.
I
Talk to you
love you.
later. Wait, how do I drop down? I never get dropped down. Drop me down, Lionel. Drop me off it.
Try.
Drop
Try.
me. Kick me off your panel.
I can't. It doesn't want to. No, come. Wait. There. Try that one. That one. Remove from stage, but you're still going to be in the background. Are you there? You're still there. Kick from studio. Ah, thank you, Lene. I love you. And this is what I got for you, girls and guys, to say good night. But you know, it's funny. I can't. It's terrible. You can't turn when you go live on this phone. Then you can't turn the camera, the back camera. It doesn't want to do a back camera. It's terrible, baby. So we do it like this, maybe. I hope you enjoyed the show, guys. It's been. No, don't ban. Oh, come on. What is it? It's been emotional and enlightening. So I've got this for you to close this off. I hope you enjoyed it. Ciao for now. Tot ziens. Salani Gafni. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Become the light at the end of my tunnel. I appreciate you. I thank you for your thumbs up. None of you have done it yet. Please do it now. Thank you. Ciao for now. Tot ziens. Salani Gafni. Ek is lief vir jou. Ich liebe dich. I did this 3 years ago on this same channel. Oh, and I can't turn it. So I have to do it this way. Let's see if we can do it. We do it like that, yes. Okay. No. How's it going to happen?
Hoy shalom הטרף בא, גם בשמחה ובצהולה. תוכן ומניח לכולם, בואי כלה.
Your faith was strong, but you needed truth. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.